Welcome there, traveller. Please, take a seat, grab a drink, and enjoy the Sunday session.
Was there anything else that we were meant to be doing?
Well, I mean, there was the guy in charge of the guards that had the weird hand.
Yep.
But you guys didn't find out about that.
Guards.
Yeah, the captain of the guard that wanted to charge Narlag 50 gold.
Oh, yeah, I remember that, yeah.
And Narlag shook his hand.
And had a gross off.
The weird hand competition.
Yeah.
Narlag,
So yeah, you had that. Well, currently, as it stands, it's roughly midnight in the church. You have a vampire trap that has trapped and, well, essentially disposed of 4 vampires, or vampire spawn.
Nice.
Was anyone bitten?
No.
Dave died
Dave did die. Dave died to
yes.
to Narlag.
Narlag. How did that happen again?
He ran into my radiation field.
Oh, yes. So there's that whole thing that you reminded me of with
Yes.
gazer familiars, but like being killed by their owner.
Was there anything, any magical items on those vampires or anything? Or?
No.
I think we haven't actually done the looting process yet.
Well, currently the vampire trap is still active because I think it lasts for an hour.
Yeah, it lasts for an hour, but they're...
The circle does,
The circle,
but not
yeah.
the radiation thing.
No, the radiation thing lasts 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Once they've been killed by the rain, then I would have deactivated it.
Yeah. Wouldn't the circle have been disrupted by the water?
It doesn't say it can be disrupted by water.
Okay. It's not like a chalk outline, it's just a magical outline.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think I thought that.
Especially because we
I
used
was
Holy War
panicking
to
like
actually
they were
make
going to
it.
get out from the water, but it doesn't work like that. Once it's cast, it's cast.
You have a room full of various refugees. Irina is there, and the priest, Father Petrovic, is.
Oh, I just thought of a good line that we could have said when they died. We could have said, suck on.
Suck
on this.
You could have done that.
Yeah, but we didn't.
I'm glad you didn't.
Yeah.
You got to keep that for Strahd. That's
true.
That's your.
No,
winning,
we're gonna come up.
shit.
That's your winning end game
We're going
catchphrase.
to come up with something better for Strahd.
How are you ever going to do that? That was his goal. There, the bodies of the vampire spawn have essentially sort of mostly disintegrated. The mist was dispelled by the running water that ran below them. You have the room is Father Petrovic and Irina and several groups of refugees.
That's right. The father was going to tell us about his defences. Why all of a sudden the vampires... Yeah. Now's probably a good time to tell us about that, because, we did just defeat the vampires.
And while you're doing that, Wai was going to walk up to the tiny hut. Hello, nice villagers. Get out of my hut now. Unwashed.
Go
muscles. All right, everyone is safe. Kindly get the hell out. And then he goes in, unrolls a swag, and has a lie down.
Has a little nappy. Okay.
Yeah, that's right. You didn't do overly much for that fight, did you?
No, I'm running out of spell slots at this point.
You haven't had any opportunity to have
Oh, that's right, because we haven't
Yeah,
rested
yeah,
yet.
no.
I tried to
Mal-
have another rest, but I'd already had one that day. It's been a busy day.
I'm pretty sure after this fight I was completely out of
Yeah.
spell slots and divine power and my healing day. Basically everything.
quite literally tapped out.
Yeah, in fairness, that was because he used 3 spell slots on just one vampire. On the one attack, which was really cool, but yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, so you're going for a nap in your tiny hut in the middle of a church?
Yep.
Yep, sweet.
I don't know for a second if this is actually going to work out to be a long rest, but that's not really mattering to Wai right now. It's been a long day, and he's going to have a lie down.
Okay.
So feel free to come and wake him up if
And-
you guys have a bright idea and we have to go run off somewhere and cast more goddamn spells.
And tiny hut just looks like this sort of sphere that you can't see into?
It's like a small hut.
Oh, that just looks like a hut.
Yeah. Unlike other things that are named in ways that aren't fucking correct. With our white green rooms.
And
My
I'm
tiny hut
assuming,
is a tiny hut.
I'm
Okay.
picturing like a computer game. Rin is like having a pathing error and just walking into a wall.
So yeah, from the outside, you guys basically see why you walk into this magical tiny hut, and then a group of refugees are sort of a little disgruntledly shuffling out. Father's up and coming up to you. You're one of the holy nature. Is like Sir Paladin. You've done well.
Thank you.
You did-
I told
you-
you I'd defeat them.
You did promise you'd defeat him, and that you've done. Don't suppose you could assist in the defences further.
Yeah, I'm interested about that. What are these defences that you have that no longer seem to be working? They could be useful.
The church sits on sacred ground. It was built over the top of a
Different church.
set of.
And that church was built on a third church.
You're asleep in your hut.
His church is all the way down.
That one fell over, sank in the swamp. There we go. There's our Monty Python reference.
Got it in.
Didn't even have to wait 15 minutes. Awesome. This church was built on top of catacomb, and within them lay the remains of
Cats.
This isn't in Egypt.
Lays the bones of, well, the patron saint of this church. It's the one it's named after. It's the bones of Saint Andrel.
Holy guy.
Sorry.
Holy guy.
His remains continue to bring protection to his flock.
Would we have heard of him before?
You can roll religion on this one.
15 plus.
I don't think that thing helps at all, does it?
It helps him not scatter all over the place. You can roll on the table. It's fine. I just wanted to see how big it got on the
19 plus whatever my religion thing is, which
I
I
think is reasonable.
Imagine
yeah.
pretty good.
I got an 18, so.
Look at. Okay, you. It's Ulrich, isn't it? Yeah, Ulrich. You have reasonable knowledge of a good many religious icons and so forth around the place. This one here, it's a bit out of the way. Like you may have heard the name in part, in sort of the peripheral of your own studies. Which
Yeah. I would have seen his name in a thing, but not cared that much because he's not a Martian. So,
Yeah. It's going to get me every time to say Martian. I know it's accurate, but it just still sounds weird. You, Nalag, are fairly well travelled and have the same sort of familiarity to it. It's
Heard of him,
you've
but don't
heard
know
of
much.
the name. That's about it. But the father goes on. It's like recently the catacombs have been broken into and pillaged.
Who would do such a thing?
Have you any idea who might have done this?
Well, until fairly recently, I was the only one that knew about it.
But we can probably assume Strahd knows.
I don't believe he did.
Okay.
The remains of Andrel even outdate Strahd's existence.
That's pretty old. From what I gather, anyway. So
Several centuries.
who else knows?
He sort of shoots a bit of a look over to one of the far corners, and it's like signals to one of the children that Irina is looking after, and he's like, "Boy, over here." Like he's not like getting a little God of War, isn't it?
Doesn't matter what voice you do it in. When somebody calls boy, I'm just going, oh, God of War.
And this be about 10, 12 years old, young boy. He's coming over and he's got sort of makeshift religious robes on as well, sort of in similar sort of stylings to the priest.
Like a patchwork altar boy.
Yeah,
Awesome band name.
patchwork altar boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, good
Like a folksy metal.
folksy metal.
Yeah.
That's a sound.
That's a genre of music.
That is a genre of music. Kopiklanni is one of them.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I'll put a bookmark there to edit out my own stupidity.
No, it's a niche genre of music. I would not expect most people to know about it.
Okay. leave it in because now I don't look as much of an idiot. There we go. Yeah. So this kid wanders along and as he approaches, he sort of nods quickly. As like, Father, would you need me? The Father Petrovich is like, you know that story I told you, and the boy's like, story, sir? And the father's like, not sir, father. Oh, sorry, father. Which story are you talking about? And Father Petrovich is like, that one I told you that was a myth or a legend of the area about the protection that Saint Andrew provided this church. And the boy's like, yeah, that was a good story. It was very interesting. And the boy's like looking at you two, is like, why are you asking me about this? It seems an odd time.
I look at the father and say, so this was the only person you've told?
Indeed, but I think he may have missed the fact that this is more truth than fable.
You and I are going to go and have a little chat.
Hold on. Young boy, have you passed this story on to anyone else?
He's looking a little bit, intimidated. He's got that sort of look of shock on his face, like a kid caught his hand in the cookie jar. Flash of red across his cheeks and wide open eyes. Is like, I've told a few. I thought it was just a story. Father, should I not have told anyone?
Who have you told?
I've told a few people.
Who exactly?
I talked to the owner down at the toy store, Mr. Blinsky. I've talked to.
It's him.
I talked to the I forgot what the word is. What's the word for a person that digs graves? It's not this grave digger. There's another word for it though, isn't there?
Digger of Graves.
Did you just say Gravedigger?
Another awesome metal band name, by the way.
Digger of Graves.
Digger of Graves.
I'm pretty sure that one exists. I'm pretty sure that's been made by at least 30 different uni bands, and none of them have ever made commercial success. Well, that was a read. As I talked to the grave digger, what's his name? Milovoj, and that funny travelling guy, the half elf that's been staying in the inn. I've talked to him as well. I forget what his name is.
Ah, yes. Rin.
No, Rin is what he calls an Eladrin. They are more elf than normal elves, apparently.
So he says. The father looks down at the kid and is like, Veska, my boy, is that all? Is that everyone? And the kid's like, yes, father. And
I loom over the kid
okay,
and put on a stern face and say, are you sure that is everyone?
now
I can roll intimidation if you want.
Are you doing intimidation or are you doing persuasion?
Aren't you like an 8-foot tall dragon creature?
Yes.
And this is an altar boy?
In full armor, which would still be... No, actually, how much blood would vampires even have? It would be scratched up a bit.
Well, it depends what time feeding time is.
I really want you to flop the roll on this.
Oh, yeah, it'd be hilarious.
You look over him, your voice cracks. The kid's like, fuck you, man.
I got to 13.
13.
Yeah, so not great. But
Can I assist
How would you assist?
by also looming over? And he's already a hobgoblin.
We'll call you the Loom team. Alright,
Maybe just flashing his eyes demonically or something.
okay, roll with it.
Don't flash the altar boy, okay?
I'm already thinking like, oh, don't
That
call
was
me father,
worse.
call me
That was
daddy.
So I didn't do great, but he's not gonna,
Let's face it, he's already in a...
He's also a child.
Yeah.
And as I said, I'm 8 foot and, well, not 8
Intimidating.
but 7 foot
Intimidating as
something,
is, yeah. The kid sort of looks at you sort of wide-eyed in terror, like, no, sir, I told no one else. Most of the town folk are too busy preparing for the next festival or packing down the last festival to stop and talk.
Oh, well,
with
I
me.
didn't roll very well on insight, so I probably...
Yeah, I'm going to assume he's fine. Yeah, he's talking.
What did you roll?
I rolled 4 all up.
Yeah, as far as you can tell, he's
Yeah.
he's
Yeah,
fine.
alright, I believe you. I put on a nice face and be like, yeah, okay.
Which is almost as intimidating. This is one of those.
But with a dragon toothy grin, yeah. Yeah.
And father's like, "Thank you, Veska. That will be all." And the kid
His
sort
name
of
is Veska.
Veska.
Is that his last name or his first name? Because if his first name is not Albert, I'm going to be annoyed.
It's actually written something else in here, and I've just misread it. I'm sticking with it. The secret's out, I guess, and that explains the break-in.
Yes. So I've written down a list. Unfortunately, my assistant has gone elsewhere. So we will track this down.
Because with the death of your gazer, you lose the telepathic link with it instantaneously.
Yeah, this is basically Narlag losing a limb because he relies on Dave to like be his extra eyes.
Oh, that's the whole thing with the gazers. Is if they are killed by his action, they don't come back.
Oh.
They're like, fuck this, I'm out. Done.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I can try and summon another one, or like try and like entreaty my patron to get him back.
Oh, that's
But-
funny. But he's
yeah.
going to be pissy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Ross isn't here to do this, and so I'm gonna have David. No.
Alright, that was good.
Oh, that's genuinely sad.
Yeah.
Whereas I can do whatever the fuck I want to my warhorse. That probably wasn't put very well.
That was not put very well.
Oh wow, that sounded like that wasn't just like a hypothetical thing.
No.
I can do whatever the fuck I want to my walls.
I'm planning.
Someone's horse stabbed. See, look, it's fine. This thing falls over. Like 10 minutes later, new warhorse. Who cares? This is done.
I actually put the warhorse stats in here now. So.
You guys have the little companion thing.
Yeah,
That's
and
that really handy thing on the
I also took the fact that I've got barding for him. So even if he dies and disappears, his armor would stay there, which weighs 4 times the amount my armor does because it's
horse armor.
Yeah, it's horse armor. So instead of lugging his armor around, I would just have to call him back every time.
Resummon the horse just to carry the armor.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
He's got barding for his magically summoned horse, which doesn't go away when the horse goes away.
I would have thought it just came. I would have thought it just went away.
No, a standard horse, a standard war horse just has normal armor class. So
Yeah.
I've got. Yeah. That being said, he has a higher passive perception than I do.
So wait, he can warn you about stuff though, yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's kind of handy then.
And he can speak not speak. He can understand any language that I designate.
I thought it was only one, but yeah. No,
Well, one language that I designate.
Yeah.
Man's a lot more intelligent than I am.
Oh, you actually renamed it as well.
Yeah, remember?
I remember that. I didn't realise you named it in your D&D screen.
Maybe you should put the horse in charge.
Okay.
What do you reckon, Rainbow Dash? Should we go towards this massive horde of enemies, or to this nicely field with full of flowers and like food? I wonder.
Rabbit murder, bag of oats. Okay.
Well, that's the thing as well. It's a celestial, and I'm not 100% sure it needs to eat.
Need and like doing are two
True,
entirely
true.
different things.
But it means I don't
I
have to
didn't
carry
need,
around feed
I didn't
for
need
it
to
or
eat an
anything.
entire cheesecake an hour ago, but I sure like doing it. Damn that lactose intolerance.
Mood.
Okay, so
We had just discussed that we were going to investigate whoever stole or whatever's
Yep.
the bones.
I think he was in the middle of like offering some sort of reward for it, but the goody two shoes pallet over here like immediately decided,
You're
no,
not
we're gonna do it.
You're not
We're
there.
gonna do it.
you're not there though. You're asleep in your house.
Yeah, you're asleep.
Talking in my sleep. Get the reward.
No Spintax, get the reward. Stop doing things for free, you idiot. Fuck you, Harkiel. I'm keeping your horn.
Gross.
Okay.
When we go to visit the toy maker, we should probably take Irina with us.
That's probably not a bad idea, but I could see some repercussions coming from it.
Who was the third lead? There was the Gravedigger, the toy maker,
half-elf.
and
Yeah.
that's right. It wasn't actually Rid. It was a half elf in the tavern.
Who's always been a bit just there and suspect.
Lurking around, being all in.
Oh, and we also have to go and kill the Burgermeister.
Or at least investigate and have a chat with weapons.
Yeah. Now you're getting how a paladin of what's my thing again?
Mars.
No, of my actual...
Paladin of being slightly dickish.
Not retribution, conquest.
Retribution is World of Warcraft.
Well, what's your plan?
So I think we should actually get some sleep tonight.
Yeah, I was actually just about to say we should probably have at least a long rest.
Where?
Let's all go back to the inn and leave. Let's leave M here for. He's fine on his own.
Cover a little
You,
jabs.
you're not in a position to really do very much, yeah.
Is there like any writing implement and or paper around?
Yeah.
I write in what's obviously like child handwriting at in, and then like put it on his head.
Spell it out nicely as it's like all 4 letters.
Yeah.
Because you spelled in.
It's just ATIN.
Yep.
Yeah.
And just leave the note next to his face or on his face or...
Just like chuck it onto his face.
You're in a relatively safe place. You're in a hut inside a church. I think you're probably golden anyway.
Yeah, I'm solid. Nothing's getting in here.
Oh yeah, can we get... Because he's in his hut, can we get into the hut?
We can. He told us that if we needed to do something with him, we could come.
Yeah,
in.
I'd given you prior consent, so whatever the rules are around it, yeah, you got the magic key.
So whenever you wake up, you've just got a bit of paper on your head.
I don't remember now.
There's a half.
Yeah, probably because every time we've been there, there's always something going on. But when I first got there, you mentioned the elf, and he's always just kind of sitting around in the background.
Okay.
But
Very dodgy.
There's been one. Yeah, there's been a half elf there. The time that you guys went in there and actually, have you even been to the inn?
Yeah, he has.
Yeah.
You have.
Yeah.
When he's the one who
He's the one who held the
got the
staff.
stick.
That's right. That's the stick. It's the stick time. That was your first introduction there.
The-
And I don't believe the half elf was there at the time, so you've probably not seen it.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, will we?
But it has been mentioned.
Rin, myself,
You,
and
Trevor, have
Ulrich.
been in the room.
Yeah, Rin, myself, and Ulrich all saw him because Ulrich was shouting at Dave.
No, talking normally.
Shouting, yeah.
He didn't start.
Alright, well, I'll head over to the inn. The inn.
Unless anything
Mine.
happens between us going there and then us sleeping.
Well, like before going to sleep, Narleg's gonna try and contact a certain someone and see if he can get Dave back.
And say sorry. I'll give you treats every day. I'll treat you right, baby.
I'd actually forgotten about this after our discussion on the chat on our chat the other day. All right, so you're asleep in your hut. You two have gone back to the inn. You've gone to bed. You
Down in the cellar.
down in the cellar.
We have
Okay.
like several herbs spread out in a circle in like some kind of small animal that is ready to sacrifice.
Okay,
So a relaxing 8 hours then. Yeah.
I'm gonna be interested to see whether you manage to get any sleep at this point. So you lay out all your bits and pieces and start the whole process for.
For summoning David, hopefully. Magical noises. David.
Wow, way to commit. That was chills just now.
Okay, you start the whole incantations and all the bits and pieces for the ritual, and the whole room sort of gets a sort of slow rising sort of hum, like the harmonics of the universe is sort of all beginning to align, and the
Narleg's form just reverts to its original.
you have to concentrate on Does a changeling have to concentrate on maintaining their form
No.
at any level, or is it just like done?
When they die, they instantly revert back to normal, but they can just at will just change.
I don't mean like concentration as far as it goes for the game mechanic. I'm just
Yeah.
wondering whether they actually have to think about making sure they still have two eyes and a mouth, rather than just every now and then just popping another eye or something like that.
Not to my knowledge.
No, cool.
Yeah.
The vibration in the room is just sort of raising, and like this, like I said, the hum, the layout of all the herbs. I think you need incense. Yep.
10
And,
gold worth.
The incense are all sort of spread out, and they start to visibly glow.
Dave had a hand, he would be flipping you the bird right now.
Flip into the eye stalk.
Yeah.
And in the center of the circle formed, it's a wooden floor over the top of dirt because it's a cellar, but it starts to sort of move a little bit like water. Like the whole surface just starts to ripple, and a shape starts to raise up out of the ground, and you just see those first pair of sort of eye stalks poke out from the top, and slowly raising up, and then the second pair, then a third pair of eye stalks on a much larger head, sort of morph out of there, and massive yellow eye, huge teethy grin. This is
Sauron.
this is Dave's actual boss.
Yes. This is Don Squiglione,
This is Don Squiglione.
His contractor.
the one who originally found Narlag and got him in with Yugolonak.
Okay.
Yeah. Boss?
Boy, I've done it again.
It's appropriate.
Why are you hurting my subordinates?
It was not my intention. I had a
Been
field.
crying for hours now.
I had a field of a spell up, and it was causing damage to some of our enemies. And without thinking, instructed David to check out through that area, see if there was anything that might also pose a threat.
What David has told me varies somewhat to your story. As far as he's telling me, you drove him to his demise.
Little tattletale.
At no point have I instructed him deliberately to come to harm.
Yet it appears that that's exactly what you've done, is instructed him.
I did so without thinking. It was an accident.
My boy, actions without thought are dangerous, dangerous things.
I know.
Why am I here? What are you after?
I need David. You know this. He's been with me for many years. He is my set of eyes.
Set of eyes. See him as just a tool for your disposal?
He is like
As easily cast aside?
not a tool, sir. He is a part of me. Another limb.
Interesting choice of phrase.
Oh, crap! Cut off his arm, cut off his arm.
Shit.
You intrigue me, young changeling. Your type has abilities that are extremely useful.
We do.
I think I could find use for you. Yes. Yeah. At least a part of the use.
What will it require, Dom?
That's for you to offer, and we'll see if the price is agreeable.
Can't cut off a hand, because those belong to, like, those are marked by Yugolonak,
Mm-hmm.
who is the Don's boss.
Mm-hmm.
You're probably not using a penis.
What?
You have to cut off something.
My boy, TikTok.
Fucking hell. Okay. I mean, like, this. Aside from gold, there's nothing he can really sacrifice properly without being completely fucked up. Unless he loses a limb.
Are you saying
On the
that
plus
in-
side, we can start calling you Stumpy.
Nah, limp. I understand if you don't want your eyes back. You, as you said, Dave, is part of you.
There is nothing I can give that your Golden has not already claimed, aside from gold.
Your golden hack is not going to miss every little bit. Not going to require every little part of you. It requires your hands. It requires your mind.
Being the avatar of your Golden actually removes the head. It's weird.
I mean, you travel around on a haunted cart, you probably don't need one of your legs.
Kind of like I might need my legs at some point for whatever reason.
You hear this sort of rattling sound, like metal on glass, sort of behind the Don, and between those little tentacle bits that hang underneath the upper holder, because he's a beholder, passing this jar with like one of those wire flip lids. The front tentacle is sort of holding it. It's like jingle, 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 jingle.
How big is it?
About big enough that you could just about put your fist inside, but not much bigger. Choice is yours, my boy.
Nala gets a dagger out.
Mm-hmm.
Wait. Dawn, if you won't mind waiting a short while, I shall return. Nala goes and gets the Golfire stuff from his thingy. What's it?
Okay.
Yeah, his trunk.
Yep.
Yeah. He brings it back to the Dawn.
You're offering the staff.
This staff has an addictive property. I've seen one almost possessed by it, and then feel the need and compulsion to use it again and again.
So you're offering him heroin.
I've also seen it inflict visions and madness.
It's an interesting offer.
I was planning on somehow distilling it, using it to create further profit.
An intriguing offer. Is that your complete offer?
Very much.
Come on, throw in your dick as well.
I don't know if he could regrow
Sweeten the pot, sweeten the pot.
I don't know if he can regrow it though.
That's the point.
Yeah, that's fine.
We're
okay with that.
I
the point of the
want to
sacrifice.
keep my dick.
That's just selfish, really.
Yes, it is. Not like he's not a not selfish man.
The Don places that jar down in the middle of the sunning circle, and goes, place your offer within the bounds of this. If there's anything else you want to add to this offer, we'll assess the weight once it's placed.
So maybe not your penis then.
Hung like an elevator button.
What?
Never heard that one before.
Yeah, I've never heard that one either.
I got it off a podcast that one of the drag queens from RuPaul does. Makes me laugh.
There's nothing else really that I can put in that isn't just gonna completely hobble me. Yeah, I know, I get that that's the point, but being able to walk is a crucial function of
Doesn't have to be a
most
foot.
things.
Is it though?
Tiny Tim gets by fine.
Yeah.
And he had a Merry Christmas.
So, like, what, losing ear?
This is your offer.
Hey, you could then become a famous artist.
The artist formerly known as Narlag.
Nalag, the good old Nalag 2 is. We see the Don sort of like looking at you, sort of tilting his head quizzingly, sort of looking you straight in the eye with all eyes. It is an intense look.
Yeah, like, it's...
These yellow, sharpened teeth, all through the massive maw, are all sort of in this wicked, smirking grin. And he's like,
puts his nose in as well. He forms his nose out as long as possible, gets a hand on it, and starts to slice it off.
What, are you trying to spite your face?
okay.
Like the nose in the base form, like, he can just transform it so that, you know, he has... I don't know if he can actually...
So you're doing a Pinocchio effect and then you kind of get it off.
Yeah, but I don't know if, like, when he transforms he'll still have a nose or not.
Probably not.
Because that'd probably make it really hard to blend into crowds. And it's kind of crucial to blend into crowds.
Or wear sunglasses.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing that.
Not doing the nose?
No. No, just the staff.
You just do like the elongated thing. You got the blade to the base of the nose, and you got the shake in the thing. It's like, and then pull away. It's like retract your nose back into your face, and it's like, and just offer the staff.
Yeah, just the staff. Screw you. It's the most valuable thing he currently has that isn't going to stop him from being able to do his job.
The Don sort of looks at the offering and sort of like, David, would you mind? And from below him, just the form very familiar to you, Dave pops up out of the semicircle. Is like, boss.
I'd say he's going to be surly from now on, but I'm pretty sure he was already surly.
And it sort of looks at you, and like all 4 of his eyes, it's just all 5 of his eyes. Sorry, you're cutting them right. Just all sort of narrow and sort of glaring at you. Like,
David?
silence. He's just glaring. The Don's like, David, the young changeling is offering a stick for your services.
A very powerful stick.
He says it's a very powerful stick. He's got this look on his face. He's like, it's condescending. You should get from the toad as well.
Oh, the
And
dog's
then-
always
then-
condescending.
Then Dave looks down at the stick, and his eyes sort of widen. And is like, boss, that's a pretty good stick.
It's a very nice stick. All of the dogs want it.
What do you want me to do, boss? And he's looking over at you, and boss.
David.
And then in your mind, you hear, because you can hear telepathically back from him. Yes,
Mhm.
that is something you can do.
Yeah.
Like, you hear him, and the voice is the same. It's hilarious. You got me for one summoning for that offering. If you unsummon me, or if I'm caused to die again, you're going to need to offer more. This is a rent payment.
So you're going to need the tree.
When you say unsummoned, do you mean like if I just poof him away for a second? Ah, shit.
You're going to need a lot more sticks, buddy.
Yeah.
Ryan
Should've cut your dick off.
Ryan just put microtransactions into this D&D. And
How long have you been wanting to do that for?
and with that, the staff sinks into the floorboards, and the Don starts to sink back down, leaving David behind. As like,
One way to get
Changeling?
rid of stuff.
when we meet again, expect the terms of payment to be slightly more forthcoming.
Please review the terms and conditions.
And then, as the last of the eyes sort of dip below the floorboards, they sort of wobble and then fix back solid.
Yeah, like when Narg's in the actual summoning circle, I imagine like everything except the circle is sort of like becoming all like wavy and yeah.
They're going to South Park you and you're going to become a human centipede.
Human Sentai fan. Yeah.
So yeah, you have Dave
For a while.
for a time.
And he's pissier than usual.
That's taking
That
you
was hard. Like I really didn't want to sacrifice that stick either.
got the stick out of the equation, thankfully, because that was going to be messy.
But yeah, one way to get rid of it.
But I was gonna start like giving.
Oh, you could have done so many things with that thing.
Yeah, I was gonna like start using the shavings to make booze to like give to M, and just like slowly get him addicted to Narlag stuff and like oh yeah, I'll give you this stick eventually. Just keep drinking this.
Ooh,
Oh,
yeah,
that's-
that would have gone well.
Oh dear. But yeah, what do you do
So
now?
you're the worst kind of drug dealer, basically.
Pretty much, yeah. So, David,
Boss.
I'm sorry.
So you should be. I can't do that accent as well.
Yeah, don't even.
I really did not mean to send you into that field. It was rash of me, and hopefully, I won't ever do that again. It was an accident, so I cannot guarantee accidents won't happen again. But I'll try my hardest not to. All right, let's.
I was expecting for you to go at yourself with a melon scoop and just take an eye.
Oh,
Yeah, I was expecting an eye, because he did specifically mention eyes.
See, that would have been an eye for an eye.
Yeah.
That leaves the whole
That's
world
just-
blind.
That's just poetic.
No, you just wouldn't have depth perception.
Well, they have this very weird version of destination where you got one eye there over here and then four more over
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Well, maybe that'll be on the cards for next rent payment.
Hey, if you get a tree,
Yeah.
we know where they are. Well, we know the area they're in.
Boss, you don't mind?
Let's go.
This
for
has been
a long
a day.
A long day.
How long did all this take?
About an hour or so done.
And we were already at midnight or one. Yeah.
Yeah, this would be like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. It's not like it's
Might
gonna
not
go to
have full
bed.
8 hours.
Yep. All right. Cut to black for the for the night time.
We all had a pretty good sleep.
Well, you've basically been in bed since pretty much midnight, the stroke of midnight. So
Yeah, uneventful. My end.
Yeah. I would have gotten to the inn. If
And-
I didn't fall asleep upright, I would have gotten into bed and just
You didn't cut anything off or
No,
make any
no,
deals?
no.
No, just like
slept in my armor as usual. Yeah, same old, same old.
that's why you fall asleep standing up because your arm.
Yeah, exactly. The armor just keeps me upright, and I just go to sleep. That actually really heavy. I like
It's just like you've
I
got,
could
got,
do
the,
that
got, the,
in real
got, got
life.
the armor rack. It's just got these two sort of hooks, and you sort of like, it's just like. Morning rises. It's about 7 a.m. when you sort of first wake up, which is long enough for your long rest.
hooray!
About the same for you.
that. Hooray!
You're still asleep for a bit.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I wasn't even forced to like give away any magical items or anything going to sleep, or nearly cut off any of my appendages or anything. So
This weird dream, one of those weird panic dreams where you're naked in front of a lecture theatre and everyone's telling you to cut an arm off.
yeah.
Everyone's got their eyes on you. It's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. You wake up and there's this piece of paper with this scroll on it. It's a little bit of drool in the corner, which you only hope is yours.
Hey, it took me a lot of concentration to write that note.
And it's just got "at in" written, like it's the two.
And both words managed to be misspelled.
It
And the
I-
letters are backwards. Even though all of those letters
As for you, I'm assuming getting
I
up.
wake up with a letter on my face saying add in.
Just so you wake up and know what your surroundings are. You write a note for yourself. You
Cool, I'm gonna
you
put
can
down
you
the
wake up to the
breakfast.
smell of bacon cooking downstairs. You are waken up by the sounds of some of the refugees sort of getting up in the morning and sort of trotting around and making their way outside into the
That lot again.
semi sunlit morning.
Where's breakfast?
Just to cost the first person you see. It's like, where's breakfast?
You kick them out of that house and then ask them where breakfast is in the
You
morning.
were literally alive because of me. Breakfast? Fair trade.
You see Father Petrovic just going around and sort of, with these couple of large loaves and just sort of breaking off sections and handing them out to some of the refugees and then pouring them some basic ale. Like just sort of
Do you
weeks.
have any fishes as well? Because I can show you a trick. I learned this off a friend of mine. Good guy.
And he's like, sadly no, the lake has been devoid of fish for generations.
Yeah, I heard that recently, actually. There was a weird dude fishing in a lake with no fish, and that was quite odd. What happened to the fish?
We don't know.
Ooh,
Most-
that's real creepy.
Yeah.
You got a lot of like creepy set pieces going on in this town, huh?
That's how we do.
Yeah, move out.
Wish we could. Yeah, so he breaks off a section and hands over. He's like, "This is what I can offer for breakfast. I've only got so much to hand around."
Funny you mention hands.
With gratitude. Thank you for your hospitality.
Thank you for the service.
Yeah. Did any money change hands after that?
Sorry.
Did any money change hands after that? I noticed the other guys have taken off back to the inn. Was there goods or services traded for processes?
Well, after you went to bed, your companions have agreed to help out with another task that they've head back to the inn. So if you wanted to catch up with them, they've got more information. Well, they've got the information for you. but they were going to track down some.
We'll put it a bit there where
And he's
like
sort of
I
looking-
asked some questions that we already know the answer to.
He's just
so-
sort of looking over his shoulder, making sure none of the refugees around are sort of listening in, because he doesn't really want to get the story out there that, first of all, there was sacred bones granting protection to the church, and second of all, that they've been stolen. Doesn't really want to get that out. But he's
I'll quiz him on like the specifics around what the hell it is. Like literally just bones.
Oh, yeah.
Just like a pile of bones.
Yep.
So like if we go and find this stolen pile of bones, it's literally just going to look like a pile of bones.
yeah.
Or we go and kill the
Glow at all? Like some sort of radiant sort of. Like
Anyone's-
how will we be able to tell those pile of bones from? Because like again, not to like bag out the town in which you live. I imagine there's piles of bones floating around here.
Oh yeah, we've got our own graveyard at the back of the church, but these ones here, I think your paladin friend will be adept at identifying the actual bones. His divine senses will be able to.
Yeah. Okay. All right. If you think it's like a magic thing, okay. We try not to ask him to do too much.
I think you would know without having to try.
Good.
Or we go and kill the angel.
Oh, I forgot about that. Angel.
His bones would be just as useful.
Yeah.
Probably harder to get.
Hold on. Why is the paladin suggesting we kill an angel?
I'm not there. I'm just. this is me.
That's out of character.
And finally, I mean, are we talking magic spell of protection here, or is this more along the lines of, you know, like between you and me, if we get you some bones and you put some bones back, and then it's revealed that the bones have been returned, like, you know, maybe that's gonna cut it.
You're not a man of faith, are you?
Oh, honey, no.
Because
Yeah, but you would know gods exist.
Just because
Lots
they
of
don't.
things exist doesn't mean I have to believe in them.
Okay.
yeah, the holy remains are a power of their own.
All right, okay, you know, that's. I'm just saying, you know, magic
Similar,
exists.
similar but different to your form of power.
In that it's worse.
It relies
Similar that
Wizard
it is-
superiority complexes. I fucking love them.
Similar to that, it is a kind of magic. Different in that it's a worse kind of
Who did the
magic.
protection circle?
I did.
You did? Okay, yeah.
A warlock did it. A fucking warlock.
Protected the church.
Yep. I have a pact with an old god,
Case
and
in
I'm doing a better job than you are, priest.
From what I understand, most of your
Yeah, but he's a
arcane
priest, not a
protection spells last for hours or days before requiring resummoning.
Yeah, that's generally quite true.
Those bones have provided similar protection
What
for.
bones?
At that, he sort of. He does the Inception glare. And it's like,
All right. Look,
but
I understand, and this place is worth protecting. God help us, some square foot of real estate in this damn town needs to be safe. Well,
interesting
kind
that
of the point.
Interesting that a man of no faith uses the term. God help us.
I mean, it's a turn of phrase, Padre.
But I believe your companions are probably waiting for you at this point. I'm not going to tell you what to do and what not to do. That is not my place.
And yet, here we are.
Honestly, if that is really how you feel, you may be in the wrong line of work. All right,
I just hope that you're the sort of person that doesn't mind helping people from time to time. I believe that you and your companions did exactly that last night.
Well, the Lord helps those who help themselves.
That he does.
All right, no money.
Alright. You're making your way across to the Blue Water Inn during daylight hours at this point. You can see the remnants of last night's festival. There is the bonfire that's burnt down to just sort of smouldering ashes. The strung pennants and decorations are all sort of looking a little bit
How close is the church to where all of this stuff happened?
The church is on the sort of the western side of the town, close to the western entrance. The town centre, the rest of it's in the town centre. Like where most of the festival is in the town square. I've got the maps and stuff.
And that all would have been going on at the same time as...
It had died down. It had died down and finished up before the attack happened. I think I even
no
described
one
that.
heard screaming
So
and
the church is over, if you're looking at Valaki, the church is over towards this side, and the actual town square and everything is.
So I assume all the
through there.
people in the church with us were people who lived in that area?
Most of them are refugees from surrounding areas.
Okay,
They
so
don't
no
have-
one
they
in
don't
the
have-
town heard the screaming and the fighting and the...
And the
If they-
blaving.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
If
yeah.
they did, they didn't do anything about it.
Okay. This Baron, or no, not Baron, this Burgermeister has a lot to answer for.
I believe this one actually goes by calls himself a baron as well.
Yeah, I think that's what got us confused previously. Because, no, he's a count.
Count
No, wait,
Baron von
No, sorry,
Burgermeister.
what's this, what stride is he at? What?
Lord Baron.
So he's, but he's a Baron as well. I think that's
Yeah.
what confused us. Because he's Baron and this guy claims to be Baron.
No, he's the one in charge of the town we're in, Valaki.
Yep.
He's the Burgermeister. I think Ryan just misspoke when he said the Baron.
No, he refers to himself as the Baron.
What?
Yeah,
I think he's
Lord,
getting a bit uppity.
Yeah, we gotta kill him.
the name you've been given is Baron Vargas Valakovich.
That's a name.
Yeah, I think we need to go and have a little chat with him.
That is a name and a half.
Is he the... Wait, who was the guy who gave you the handshake? Was that his guard or something?
Yeah, it was his like chief of staff or whatever.
So he's got a creepy...
I think.
His name was Izek.
Yeah, so he's got a creepy guy following him, so he's got to be evil as well.
With a weird arm.
Hmm.
Yeah, so yeah, you see sort of the remnants of last night's festival. You see a few people wandering around, sort of clearing up a little bit, starting to take down some of the old signage, clearing up.
Put up the new signage.
Essentially, that they are taking down the old stuff, ready to put up the next bit.
Just like take it down, turn it around, put it back up on the back side is like
Yeah.
the next festival.
Yeah, last night was the festival of like Monday, and then tomorrow's the festival of Tuesday. They just like change a single word on the posters.
But yeah, the
Festival of the Rising Sun, Festival of the Rising Bun, Festival of the Rising Thumb.
yeah, every so often, a few people sort of greet you as you go past. And the more chipper of the town folk are like, "Morning, sir. All will be well."
Will it?
Of course. And then they sort of go back to what they're doing. And the next person is like, "Morning. All will be well."
Will it?
This is going to go...
It's like a second rim.
You guys seem real confident about this. Why you thinks that this is magic? He thinks it's magic and that it's not good magic. So he's going to be poking around the edges of this festival nonsense.
Okay.
I don't really know what that looks like. Probably he's going to cast Detect Magic.
Okay.
Or,
Okay.
or not, if that's,
No.
if that's a problem.
No, that's not a problem. I'm
We'll
just
get
gonna-
auras and things.
I got to think of what you're going to pick up on with a detect magic and what you're not. If you're in the square.
Well, this entire place is like a pocket dimension, isn't it?
Yeah.
So wouldn't...
Well,
No. Stop thinking about it like that.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yes, as soon as he goes blind.
it's less of a pocket dimension, more of a shut off.
A sealed in space.
Yeah.
So if he went to like the mists, he'd know it was magic. But otherwise, no.
That's a pretty good way of looking at it, actually. Alright, so the casting detect magic?
Yep.
Okay.
I'll do that as a ritual actually because I haven't got that as a prepared.
I believe that takes you 10 minutes. Looking around, most of the stuff around the area is mundane. No sort of magical aspects at all. There is a set of stocks across the square. No one in them currently, but the padlock that's there. The padlock is pinging magic. Apart from that, you see one of the sort of guards go through, and one of them's got like a dagger on the side, which is coming up as magical as well. But aside from that, pretty mundane.
Okay. So nothing festival related.
No other festival related stuff. It's festival attire.
Yeah, I'm still dubious. I'll check out that padlock.
Going up
Wander
and
over and
Arcana checking.
have a quick
Jeff Knock.
Arcana squiz.
Jeff Knock.
Do I have?
Knock.
Knock
Don't,
the spell.
don't worry
Oh,
about it.
right. No.
I showed Trevor a spell from that list, like from the one at like Synchronicity. So it's
Okay.
from that same Unearthed Arcana.
Yep.
You can summon a vehicle.
Oh god, yeah.
Yeah, we're talking about why you're just riding a bike.
Oh god! I forgot that we're going to talk about this. Yeah. I'm real in love. I'm real in love with that idea.
Yeah.
I maybe want to have a think about what I can give up to get that. Because I got Phantom Steed, but like, why
Summon a
not?
motorcycle.
No, but I actually picture him more as a hipster, so you should get a unicycle.
A penny farthing.
Yeah.
Like a motorized penny farthing. Yeah, that fits.
Electric motor.
Electric motor or a little steam engine thing, which is just like
Because I should the
goes along
stats of the spell, no matter what the vehicle, it'll always go a certain speed and a certain.
yeah. Checking out the lock.
Yep, that was a 15 plus 8, so 20.
Okay, so starting it comes up under the School of Abjuration, and then going in, looking in further with the roll you've got there, it's a regular iron padlock. So it's got the keyhole and everything in it, but it's also been imbued with arcane lock. So it's particularly good at doing its job. So it's both got the physical restriction of key mechanism as
Yep.
well as magical.
Yeah, fair enough. Alright, this isn't, warping people's minds or torturing them as punishment. This is just like, it's a stocks, and they've got like a decent lock.
A decent lock on them. They don't
Yeah,
want
fair
to
enough.
people just coming along and breaking people out.
Yeah, alright. Look, they're probably going to need that.
Will they though?
For a place that doesn't have many magical items, though, it's a bit out of place.
I mean that dagger.
Yeah. I mean, who doesn't have a magic dagger? Really?
I don't have magical weapons. I've only got one magical item.
Go shopping, guys. Come on.
I had 2 magical items and I had to give one up.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, that was your choice. He didn't go bring me that stick.
Yeah, but he also didn't say give me your eye.
It was an offer-based system. This is bartering. You wanted Dave.
Yeah, I mean I could have asked for
It'd be
a fluff.
funny if when we get, was it the sun sword or whatever it is? What's the sword that we're?
It's a sort of light or something like that.
Yeah, it'd be funny if when we get that, you somehow kill him again, and then you give up the sword.
I'm pretty sure you would claim the sword or kill me trying.
Oh, probably. Yeah.
We had from
If I
that.
notice.
Alright, I'll head back then. That's one.
All right.
Not for him, so.
You, Narlag, wake up to a sort of this sensation just like tickling your face.
What's Dave doing?
He's doing the Gazer equivalent of teabagging you.
It's exactly the same. I was going to use. It's the Gazer version of teabagging. He's just like this close and just letting his tentacles just tickle across the top of your nose and your brow.
He has not forgiven you.
His services have been bought.
Just like vaguely open, like because still the shared perception is just like, all right, where's his eye? Where's his eye?
Oh, we're getting Marx Brothers here. Why you are?
Should I roll a hit?
Yes.
Alright, that happened quick.
16.
16. Unarmed.
I don't want to cause any damage. I'm just like,
You're poking a guy in the eye.
Yeah. How many hit points does he have?
oh, he's got 13.
How many sticks do you have?
It's 1 point of damage.
It's 1 point of damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your strength?
0.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Be funny.
You
if
basically you feel like your perception changed slightly as you poke him in the eye because essentially he closes one of his eyes.
You're assuming
I poked him in the big eye.
You're assuming
Oh.
he was at full health when he came back.
He will be in full health. Stop. Yeah, no,
Stop
that's nitpicking.
But hilarious nitpicking, but
Yeah.
nitpicking nonetheless. Yeah, so your shared vision sort of alters slightly as he's closing his large eye, and then he sort of opens up as like, fair cop, boss. But the
Firing on
the others are up and about. Time for you. And he sort of somehow does a clapping sound, but you don't know how.
I think
And up and at him.
Dave and Ulrich are going to get on better now, I think.
Why?
Just because he seems nicer.
Okay. All right, let's go find out what those idiots have done.
So you're downstairs.
Is the elf there? Or the half elf?
Not at the moment. You're
Because if he
You
was,
basically
I
get-
probably would not have wasted any time to have breakfast. In fact, I probably would have sat down at the table with him and just started asking him questions.
Okay, so you're downstairs. When you come downstairs, the barman's like looks at you and is like, "You lot got in late."
Yeah, we had to kill some vampires, and then we killed them, and then we came home.
You guys do a lot of killing.
Well, technically, they're already dead, so you know.
Let the dead be deader, I think.
Yeah,
It's a good
yeah.
call. And you see him sort of turn his back to you and sort of pluck a few things out of a couple of larger dishes and drops them down on a plate and sort of throws a plate forward to you. It's just like a serving of several rashers of bacon, some sort of rye bread there as well. And
I'm assuming, given my size and like strength and everything, I would devour the food and probably we were wanting more.
probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he's like, there you go, part of the this is your continental breakfast.
Thank you.
Enjoy,
good
sir.
man. Thank you, good man. Not an English breakfast.
Yeah, as you sort of sit down, Wayu wanders in.
I assume Rin is also there, but
Yeah, Brid's already also there.
Parting arrows.
Just, yeah. I don't think he needs to eat as much as everyone else as well, so I
I don't think he needs to eat.
I don't think
Didn't we already have this discussion about the golden child and how like eats a little pea, and then like every couple of days or something?
I think I remember something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Wayu wanders in, and the barman's sort of like, what's the point of hiring rooms if you're going to stay out all night? To each his own, of course. Doesn't bother me. You guys paid me all.
hire a room?
Oh no, you just hired a room, didn't you?
I hired
No, I think
a
you
room.
guys.
Yeah, I was trying to work that out. That's what I don't remember doing.
Oh, I know. We all came back.
You all
That's
came
right,
back
yeah,
and
yeah.
they-
And then he was pissed off because we half destroyed his inn, and then he gave
Half
us
the
a
story's
room.
in.
Yeah, you guys got rooms. I went to.
Oh, that's right. You weren't even there. Yeah.
Yeah, I went and saw Morty.
So you come in and you're and the barman's like, he just points over to where Ulrich is sitting. He's like, your mate's over there.
If you hadn't noticed. Right?
Wait, didn't he tell us that we weren't allowed to like sit in the main area?
No, he said if we're here, we're in our rooms. But I assume if we're eating, like it's part of it.
I think at the moment you lift a finger that looks slightly aggressive, he's going to kick you out. He's tested the waters at this point.
Yeah.
But,
And if we even look at his family, he's probably going to be like, out.
So yeah, you guys are at the table. Narlag is at this point is still upstairs.
I asked the innkeeper if he's seen the. Do we know the half elf's name?
I don't think you've been given it as it currently stands.
I just said to him, good innkeep. Have you seen the half elf today?
What trouble are you going to get my other patrons into now?
We have heard rumours that he may have. There's potential that he's stolen something, and we're just we're going to cross him off our suspect list. We will do it outside of the inn.
I appreciate it. I don't think you seem like the one that would just be in for casual conversation. Don't mind me saying.
Every conversation I have is very casual.
As you say, almost bursting his eardrums.
Yes. I am a very jovial person and understand all forms of language and everyone's meaning all the time.
And humour.
And humour.
Octavio is normally down around 8.
What time would it be now?
About 7:30, so about half now.
Okay, cool. Thank you, kind sir.
But yeah, if you can keep that side of the promise, that you take your conversation outside, that'd be much appreciated.
Okay.
At about this point, this is when Dave's waking you up. Because the others are already downstairs. What's your plan?
Stand up, get dressed, head out.
Okay, you open up your door and another one just down the way opens up at the same time, and you see that sort of distinct look of that half elf, sort of
Half human as well.
yeah, fairly colourful clothes. And as he shuts his door, he's turning a key, locking the door, and making sure it's all secure. Tucking the key into the side of his belt, and sort of nods at you and is like,
Sir, I'm investigating something at the moment. I'd like your assistance if it's possible.
"Does no one say good morning around this place anymore?"
You gave me a nod and I gave you one. Is that not a good morning enough?
The pleasantries of this town. But investigation into what, sir?
There's been a
If you
theft.
don't mind, of course, and he extends his hand. Rictavio.
Narlag. Narlag Prosgino von Bigus.
That's a mouthful.
That's what you said.
Yeah, it is.
What the hell is that?
Pay no mind to David. He's a gazer. He has a mind of his own.
Oh, I'm well aware of what it is. Why is it here?
He tends to follow me around most of the time.
Huh. I'm gonna go now.
I would
And he starts
very
making
much.
the way for the stairs.
I would very much appreciate if you assisted my investigation, sir.
Is the investigation into foul creatures befouling the area? Because I don't think you have to look that far.
Yes, I'm well aware that the captain of the guard is not a very usual man, but no, I'm referring to a theft.
I do believe you misunderstood my meanings just then. Or you're being intentionally vague.
Intentionally vague, of course.
But might you let me have my breakfast before accosting me with aberrations and and questions?
Hey, boss, someone actually got it right for once.
Very well.
He tips his hat at you and makes his way for the stairs.
Have a good morning.
Silence as he's tapping down the
No,
stairs.
he's gonna wait like a minute or two, then head down.
What you guys see is this sort of irritated looking half elf coming down the stairs, just sort of readjusting his hat back onto his head. It's it's one of those sort of puffier sort of minstrel style hats, a long feather coming off it, and he's
Oh god, he's a bard. Alright. This is gonna break bad.
Break bard. Come on! I had to do that.
Oh,
That joke
Did
gave me
you?
cancer.
I apologize for setting
Oh
him
god,
up
that
for
was just as bad.
what?
That joke was cancer.
Oh no! I thought it said it gave me cancer. I wasn't actually.
Okay.
That was unintentional. That was just
I haven't actually seen Breaking Bad, so it took me
It's
a while
real
to get
good.
there. It's real good. No, I watched the ending season.
I don't think you know how to watch TV. That's not how that works.
Okay, so you see it sort of
It's like how I watched Game of Thrones. I started with like season 3, then did season 1, did season 4, then season 2.
Game of Thrones doesn't have like a machete version of the watching order. You watch it from season 1, episode 1, through to what's out now. There is a story.
I'm kidding, obviously.
Okay, I heard about someone that had went through and
Yeah.
read the books, just reading like all of the
Individual plot lines. for
all
each
the,
person.
all the different like character perspective things. I read all the stuff from
What were...
Tyrion's
I think
perspective,
that
and then
was Mabimam. I think that
Yeah,
was someone
yeah.
wrote into Mabimam. So
it wasn't really
Yeah, my
heard
friend's
about it.
insane.
Yeah.
What can I do?
They said there's nothing you can do. Get out.
Hide, run.
But I did actually only watch the last episode, the last season of Breaking Bad.
How did any of that make sense?
It just did.
Fair enough. But yeah, half elf coming downstairs catches your attention straight away because you recognise him because you've seen him in the past.
Okay, I was going to say, like,
He's your brother.
yeah. Which is confusing because I'm.
A brother from another mother.
Yeah. So he'd be half dragon, half elf.
Brother from another mother and another father.
He goes up to the barman and he's just sort of chatting back and forth. At one point, the barman's just like, there's this sort of hearty chuckle, and then starts serving out the breakfast, passes it over to him, and then grabs him a nice big mug and pours out an ale for him and hands it over as well.
It's like 8 o'clock in the morning, dude.
So that's what the mild breakfast bit.
Drinker.
As he walks by, I say in what I think is a very casual way, say, "Good morning to you, half elf."
He's like,
But I'm trying to be really subtle and casual.
Keep talking like that. That was fucking good.
and he's like, "Can no one let me have my goddamn breakfast yet?"
He was just complaining that no one would say good morning to him. Not that I was there, but yes, have your breakfast, good sir.
Can Nolan hear this?
Oh yeah.
I'm sure there are like people several houses down who can hear this.
He was like looking at you, sort of like death glare sort of level. It's like, what is wrong with you? And
I've been totally used to that stare from people.
and then just keeps on walking and sits over in one of the corner tables and just sort of drops his plate on the table.
Well, he would know I'm an associate of his, right?
No.
Wasn't in the bar last time that you both were in there. I don't think he would have seen.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, we
No.
weren't friendly at the time, yeah.
No, yeah.
I don't think he would have seen you two together
Right,
anyway.
okay.
Well, at
You
this
two
point,
you two are downstairs. You're. Oh, that was
No, he's going to head down about now. Yeah, go to the barman, get some food, get some extra bacon. Yeah. Like enough bacon that a gold piece will buy. It's probably a lot.
gives you the breakfast serving and then piles on basically another two servings worth of bacon on that as well.
He like puts that onto a second plate and then just puts it next to Dave.
And he's just sort of looking at you, and then sort of like, and then looking across at Dave. He's like, can't you put a hat on it or something?
Well, Dave's wearing his bowler hat.
A hat that covers more of him?
Do you want a cloak?
How about like one of those 10-gallon hats and just over the top of it, so just a floating hat like he's in from Mario.
If anyone were to wear a 10-gallon hat, sir, I believe it should be me.
I don't think I want to know what Dave looks like eating a plate of bacon without hands.
Oh, he's just telekinesising it up and then putting it.
Oh yeah, that works. Yeah.
Yeah.
And rolling for it every now and then freezes it. But yeah, you turn around with your plate and you see Rictavio grumbling under his breath while he's having his breakfast, and these the three others are in there as well, sitting around a table with Ulrich with a pretty happy grin on his face because he's
Doing a very good job of investigating.
done a real good job at everything so far. Yeah.
Would you have passed on at this point? Do I know that he is one of the leads for the stolen thing? Because I didn't get that from...
Did you not get that from... Did you not get the list of people?
No, he was asleep at the
Okay.
time.
How long between him getting there and Rictavio coming down?
About half an hour.
Yeah, I can't see why I wouldn't have told you.
Yeah, we would have been.
I would have said to you, yeah, like our plan for the day is we're
Also,
going to
Reed
ask
would
these
have said so.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Reed would have told
And
you.
I wouldn't have told you the names. I would have just gone, we're going to see this half-elf person, we're going to see the creepy toy guy, and then there's a guy who digs graves. Yeah.
Creepy one, half something, and a
Yeah.
guy that digs.
Yeah, half human, and yeah.
The room is yours, guys.
So, how'd we all sleep last night?
Really good.
Yeah, real right, yeah.
Sounds good.
Nothing
Rin's like-
interesting happened.
Rin's just like,
no, nothing at all.
I don't require sleep.
Yes, I'm well aware, friend. It's a turn of phrase. How was your rest?
Pleasant.
Sounds
I'm
good.
trying to channel my best Rin. I can't capture the same energy that
Yeah,
Ross does.
yeah. It's,
I
it's,
turn to Dave and say, how are you today, eyeball man? You died yesterday.
I'm doing okay. He's like just shoveling bacon into his mouth at this point.
Shoveling is a relative term.
Yeah,
when,
yeah,
you can't, when you can't see the shovel, it's a little bit harder.
I tried to imagine it, and my mind just like...
Oh, just lift up the plate.
Oh yeah, the telekinesis plate up and just upend into mouth. and then eat the plate.
At least lick it clean.
I think you'd eat the plate.
Is it made of metal?
No, I probably wouldn't.
Yeah, you'd eat them.
So, what's on the agenda so far?
Eating so far. I assume you're talking about the rest of the day.
Yes, have we decided who to interrogate first?
I figured we would talk to the half-elf first.
You hear an audible sigh.
Mentally, Nala's just gonna talk to the half-elf and just gonna... I did try to spare you from this, sir.
Can you talk back through that?
Nope.
No.
Not unless he's someone who can do that,
Yeah, unless he can also telekinetically talk.
which wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, he might have message.
Yeah, bards might have something like that.
Bards can get message.
Yeah.
You hear the sound of like a plate just being sort of chucked a little further, pushed a little bit further forward onto forward on the table, and then the sound of chair legs pushing backwards on timber, and there's Rictavio the half elf is sort of like stepping up to your group and is like, "You guys are not going to leave me alone until you've had a chance to talk to me, are you?"
It seems very unlikely.
What gave you the idea that we were going to talk to you?
Fine. What?
There was recently a theft from a local important building, and we'd like to know if you know anything about it.
A theft from a place.
One of the more public buildings.
A young boy, human boy, may have mentioned some relics in the church to you at some point recently.
You talk about the young altar boy from the.
That's what I said, young
St.
human
Andrews.
boy, yes.
He's telling some tale about protection offered by a saint.
Yes.
Had a bit of a rambling story as far as I can tell of ancient protection on the area, but
Yes, I've noticed humans do that on occasion.
The objects in question related to those, they are a holy relic. I'm not sure exactly if they have any power themselves, but they have meaning to the church. And they were stolen.
good lord.
Indeed.
Why would anyone steal bones?
Maybe they lost a couple?
You're a truly simple creature. I think I might talk to your friend more. At least I get direct communication, even if it is slightly on the simpler end of the spectrum. Why were they wanting bones?
These relics may have given the impression of protection on the church. And we were attacked by vampires last night, and we think if these relics were there, they may not have done so.
So, have you told anyone else about this story, or have you been to the church lately?
I haven't told nor been to the church.
What do you do, good sir?
I believe he's a minstrel.
What gave you that impression?
The hat.
Yes, yes.
You are legally obligated to be a minstrel if you have that weird ass hat.
I would like to roll insight on him saying he hasn't been to the church.
Sure.
Go. That's a 7 plus 4. It's, 11.
He's telling a part truth.
Okay.
Hey, which part of that was the truth?
But yeah, to answer your question, is like, I think it was you're saying minstrel is like, yeah, I've got a travelling caravan.
A travelling caravan, you say? Have I seen it out in town?
You may have. It's over in the stable area, stables area in the east of the town.
Would that be the one that has like the weird noises in it?
That the past group came across.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one.
Would we have come across that?
You may have gone past it in passing as you came into town for the first time, whether you inspected closer or not. You might have actually, because it's a foreign-looking cart. That would have attracted some attention. You were looking around the town for a little bit, for almost a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So you might have noticed it as well, because it does stand out. It looks like a circus cart. It's got the striping to it. It's got colours. It's got the side of it has got sort of fading letters of Rictavio's Carnival of Wonders.
Okay. So you're a man who's been here a while. Have you seen any creatures or anything like that, undead creatures. We fought some vampires last night.
But this he sort of leans a little bit further forward. It's like, you fought vampires.
Yes, you could say we're
And he's just
vampire
like-
hunters
He's
of
just
the
like
kind.
peering around, just looking at.
None of us have been bitten, if that's what you're looking for.
They tried to get to me, but as you can see,
If you don't
my
mind
scales are a bit thick.
and he just sort of loosens his like thing. Is like, if you could
Yeah, no, like shows his neck clean.
I show him my armor because
yeah, it's got the neck guard.
Yeah.
It's like, if any vampire went in for the bite there, they'd have a severe dentist visit in the future.
yeah.
Are you flirting with me? Is that what this is?
Oh,
Because
I
I'm into it.
I see
That is
you.
a very nice hat.
oh, we have a tease.
So you have
Fantastic.
experienced vampires before, then?
You know this place is run by a vampire, right?
Do you mean...
This inn is not run by a vampire; it's run by a raven.
And he's a,
Are you referring to Strahd or someone else?
Unless he's a vampire raven.
Shush.
yes, Strahd.
There's the Burgermeister and also Strahd. I wasn't sure who you were referring to.
Okay, this country is run by a vampire.
Yeah, we have been prophesied to deal with that.
At that, he sort of cocks an eyebrow at you. Is like,
Too much information. Please leave the rest of the talking to M and myself.
And Rain.
Rin can also be quiet.
which is handy because he's not here.
Last episode, the last episode that went out, just like, shut the fuck up, Rin. Shut the fuck up, Rin.
But yeah, he's like, you've killed some already
We killed 4.
of his spawn.
Yes, very much.
Technically, some rain killed them, but we got rid of their forms.
We were able to disable them long enough for the rain to kill them.
Sounds like you guys got lucky. That's a rare feature in these parts.
Luck tends to smile upon us for.
I mean, we're stuck in this awful backwater hell dimension, but you know, outside of that, we're doing real well.
You and me both, friend.
What
Did
if-
you know this was going to be a one-way trip when you came to town?
I didn't expect it to last.
Based on what?
How long have you been here?
Oh, some time now.
What is your dealing with these vampires?
Well, I try to avoid them, to be perfectly honest.
It's sensible when you don't have armor like mine.
We all have our ways of protecting ourselves.
Such as...
I take it you're not just a standard musician then.
What about me, he says. Standard.
Well, it is a fairly typical hat.
I thought all humans dressed that way.
It seems strangely cutting.
Cutting words.
You and your standard hat.
Okay, how come that one didn't get a cringe?
Who did that? Are we here to discuss hobbies, or are you asking me about a legendary set of bones?
We're asking you, have you stolen the legendary set of bones?
And your hobbies. He's the one who mentioned hobbies.
But
Have you heard the great word of Ugolinek?
Or Mars.
oh, Jesus Christ, this has gotten horrible very real fast.
No, we're not Catholic.
No, we're not Jehovah's Witnesses.
No, I've stolen no bones.
Excellent. Alright, shall we move on? No, checking with insight.
Oh yeah.
That's an 18.
And he's telling the truth. He hasn't stolen any bones.
He is a lot less creepy looking man than the other guy, the toy maker that you have described. So, by a simple deduction, it's probably the toy maker.
Rin described that toy maker, but yes, you're correct. So, let's move on. I believe him. Anybody else feel like asking any more questions to our friend here?
If you happen upon
Don't
any...
steal any bones. Alright?
Not part of my pastimes.
If you happen upon any vampires, you know who to call.
I'll keep it in mind.
Also, drink plenty of milk so your bones don't break.
Is Dave got something to hand? Because everyone's trying to do a witty catchphrase. Let's do a catchphrase off.
Can I eat some bones?
Have you talked to your little floating friend?
I have a name, you know.
I don't care for it.
In fact, any evil creatures, not just vampires. But yes. Have a good day, master musician.
It can only get better.
Enjoy your meal.
As you look back over the table with sort of the empty plate that he'd already pushed forward because he was done.
Oh, I didn't realize he was done.
Well, then I retract that statement.
I turn around and say to you guys quietly, he probably didn't do it.
Right.
He seems very trustworthy. But he is hiding something.
Wait, what? Oh, yeah, you just think everyone's a thief, don't you?
No, not a thief.
The barman wanders over and starts gathering up some of your empty plates. Is like, did you get what you need out of him?
I'm surprised the barman didn't hear every single word being said.
Yeah, well, you heard about about a third of the conversation.
I believe we've gotten everything we need.
Fantastic, because I think
You're going to kick us out now?
your breakfast is done.
And we need to leave?
That would be the plan.
Alright. Where shall we go next? Fellas?
Well, would the gravedigger be at the church? Or...
Would be a reasonable assumption.
Because if the gravedigger's there and the woman's there, then we can go there, talk to the gravedigger, get the woman, and go to the creepy guy.
We're talking about arena.
Yeah,
Sounds like a plan. Let's go do that.
it would make sense that a gravedigger dug up some bones.
That's kind of the opposite of what they do, though. It may have been like opposite day.
No, well, they dig the graves. They don't put them in, the things in. They just dig them and then someone else puts them in.
Undertaker was the word I was looking for.
Oh, yeah.
Undertaker.
Yeah.
Undertaking.
There we go. I told you it'd be about an hour or so. Actually, I'm pretty sure I said 10 minutes or 6 hours, but it's fine. Anyway, making your way across town, you pass back through the town square, and more of the decorations. Well, you see that more of the decorations are coming down. You guys see that the decorations are already coming down and being a new set are already beginning to start going up.
When should we go and talk to this evil baron?
Probably after we found these bones.
Okay.
Making your way across, and every now and then someone sort of stops. Stops short. Just in passing, just like all be well as you're going past. And
You know what's crazy? That's not magic. These people are just like that.
That is unusual.
Right?
And I haven't even started properly selling my booze.
And you see it looking around. I think you two are probably the more observant on this one here. You're sort of bullet a gate going straight for the thing. Roll me perception.
I mean, I can still roll.
True. No matter whether you'd be looking for it.
15.
Oh, wow. 17 plus, well, minus. 1 or 2, I forget.
You're -1. You can't actually get lower than -1 unless you play an orc.
I think it's -1, yeah.
That's a 10 for me.
So 16 then.
You two both notice then that some of the other people of the town, as they sort of pass each other, this all be well is kind of like a greeting, or it's a phrase that a lot of people are using.
Didn't you already say we noticed that?
I can't remember if it was this group or the previous party that had.
Oh, okay.
I'd
Yeah,
seen
neither
it.
can I.
But we noticed that was
No, I think
saying-
you did say I noticed it
Yeah.
initially because
You did, you did.
it took a long time, but
Yeah.
over time I was like, oh, this is weird, and that's one of the reasons I think the Baron is evil. It's because
Because he's telling everyone that it's going to be fine
and I've noticed that there's freaking festivals every day,
every week. It takes a few days to set up, a few days to back down, but
which I suppose is good for the local festival industry.
yeah, if you own a party shop, you're king dick in this place because you've got all the money.
If you're a toy maker,
That's another option. Yeah, you make your way across to the church, and around the back is the graveyard cemetery, which is the one that's actually got a church. Cemetery. No, graveyard. Graveyard's the one that's attached to a church. Yeah, the graveyard, and at the back is a little undertaker's hut, and you see this surly-looking dude, fair bit older, sort of a little bit hunched over, a long grey beard that's quite dirty. He's got a lot of grime and everything from digging graves, mixing into it. But he's essentially doing the rounds and making sure all the plots are relatively tidy and well kept.
I'll let you lead on this one.
Excellent, thank you. Hello there, sir. You're the undertaker for this area, correct?
Aye.
Excellent, excellent. So I was wondering, have you seen
You got
any...
someone for me to bury?
No, not at the moment. Give me about...
Maybe eventually.
That's an ominous way to see things there, friend.
Well, we tend to kill
If our
someone once every
investigations
session.
If our investigations go right, they will probably need someone to dig.
Very true. So we're currently investigating a theft. We're just wondering if you happen to notice anyone strange in the area or noticed anything unusual happen in the past couple of weeks and or months.
We're not counting you guys, right?
No.
We're very normal looking.
Ignore him, please.
It's hard to.
I try so hard.
In the end. Doesn't even matter.
Fucking knew it. The second I said it, I fucking knew it.
Yeah.
There's comings and goings here all the time. The father's looking after all sorts of refugees from the surrounding areas.
Have you noticed anyone taking anything from the area?
No.
Inside check. Because that was a very unsure no.
Roll.
17?
You definitely notice that hesitation and sort of like an intake of breath before he said that.
Sir, I'd appreciate you being a little bit more forthcoming. After all, you have been named in this investigation.
Investigation for what? And who?
There's been a theft from the crypts underneath the church.
And again, you sort of see this darting and sort of his eyes sort of like looking between the four of you.
I would highly recommend you tell us what's going on, sir.
Roll intimidation.
Oh, shit.
How big is the guy?
About 5'2".
Because I assume I have my shield, because I always have my
Yeah.
shield.
Oh,
Actually, no, probably be on my
You're probably
back.
on your back while you're trying to
Because I was going to say I just animated it if it's on my arm.
My intimidation's +7.
I physically pick him up and say, "Did you steal the bones from the church?"
Okay, so I can roll it with advantage then, yeah?
I'm pretty sure he's just rolling it now.
Alright.
Well, did you wait? So I am rolling it, or
Well, I already rolled if you're assisting me with the roll.
yeah. So
Yeah.
how do you want it? Me rolling it or him rolling it? Still,
He just started, so yeah.
yeah.
Well, those are 2.
What's your best result?
My best was 8 + 7, so it's 15.
15?
Yeah.
And what was the question?
Did you steal the bones from the church?
He just starts spluttering. He's like, yeah, but I took those bones. The ones that the kid told me about.
Why?
That doesn't sound very angry.
It's more perplexed than anything. They're bones! You're a grave digger!
You don't
It's
take
the
bones
opposite.
away.
It's the opposite of what you're meant to be doing.
I got offered money for him.
Who by?
The coffin maker. Vandervoot.
The coffin maker?
Coffin.
Oh, coffin maker. I thought you said coven maker, and I was like, huh?
What does he want them for?
I don't know. He gave me money so I could feed my family.
How much money?
Enough to feed my family. Not spelled out like in the
Where would he be found?
at his shop.
Why would you do the opposite of what your job is?
Please, Ulrich. Ulrich, please put him down. Just calm yourself for a moment.
Yeah, you sort of the legs are the legs are hanging loose and the knees are just sort of rattling together because he is shaking.
Basically, I'm holding him up with one hand. I'll put him so his feet are touching the ground, but I'll still be holding him.
So, we're not exactly from this area, as you can probably tell. We don't know where his shop is. If you could just point us in the right direction.
It's over to the east, near where the stable yards are.
Excellent, thank you.
You know where they are?
Yeah, I would have come into town from there.
We already said about.
Means we can also go investigate that minstrel's card.
Yes.
Just to clarify the point, you don't have the bones anymore, right?
No, why would I keep them?
Why would you take them in the first place?
Because someone else said they'd pay me for them.
Yeah, look, that's fair. I mean, you gotta feed your family. And you needed the exact amount of money required to feed your family.
Stop doing the opposite of your job.
I needed X amount of dollars.
But while we're at it, go get us some bones.
Preferably someone with a face.
Would you mind? Would you mind? Go get us some bones.
What are you doing?
What?
Like moral high ground all of a sudden. A minute ago, you were like selling bones left, right, and center. Someone says get bones, you're like, sir, yes, sir. Hop to it, Shovelly.
But then he's doing the opposite of his job again. I'm confused.
I'm confused. You guys are harassing me and hoiking me off my feet and yelling at me and everything for stealing bones.
It's a long day. I know.
And why do you want this man to get you some bones?
Well, you never know when bones might come in handy. If we go and take bones from this guy, it's going to be a fight, or he's going to come after us. Or they're bones. They're just bones. Go in, swap the bones.
I can't actually argue with that logic.
Are you working in league with the toy maker?
What does Blinsky
Tell us his plan.
What has Blinsky got to do with this?
You've cracked it.
We know his name!
He's very creepy looking.
We finally have one of his minions.
This guy's gonna turn out to be the most innocent man ever.
or Strahd was a puppet all along.
To the evil, evil toy maker.
Hey, do you have any dolls in your house? Creepy looking ones.
I don't have any. I had to sell them for food.
So you're just a poor human. Okay, let's go.
We should have done this before we asked him to dig up some bones. You're not the mortician, are you? I don't ask me why.
I just dig the plots.
Okay, who would the mortician be? This is unrelated, I just need to know who.
Well, the families tend to look after their own. They bring them to the church
For the burial
for the
service.
burial services.
Fair enough, thank you.
What are you doing for the next several hours?
Would you like to come get a drink with us?
No, I don't want you
We find
warning.
you quite pleasant.
I don't want you warning your cohorts, so I may lock you in this house.
How about we not do that and instead we give the man some money so he can feed his family? He would probably be more grateful and probably not rat us out.
True. You can stand up now.
He's like, and you hear like both his knees just sort of like creak as the weight of his body gets back on them because he's a little old.
Nalik's gonna give him 5 gold.
He's like,
Yeah, charity is next. What is it? Goodly. This is next to godliness or whatever. I give him 10 gold as well.
he's just like holding this cash in his hand, is just like shaking, and just like sobbing from a combination of absolute harassment.
But
and
don't
then
do the opposite of your
He's gone
job.
through the ringer over the past 60 seconds.
But don't do the opposite of your job again.
Is that before or after I do it for him?
What? One last time, and then you're out.
Surely you have some bones just laying around. That seems like something a
That's-
normal human would have around.
It's kind of the opposite of my whole gig.
See, now you're getting it.
So you do understand your job.
Okay. I clearly understand your job as well.
He's
Put
just like,
bones
he's
in
like-
round.
he just tucks this money into a pouch on his
Oh, no.
on his side, and is like, no one's ever going to believe me when I tell them about this day.
How about we keep it that way?
I don't think anything I do is going to make them believe it anymore.
Sounds like a plan.
You may want to not hang out with coffin makers in the future. There may not be coffin makers in this town in the future, so you may not want to hang
That
out.
would be unfortunate because that's
Does he have a son?
That's kind of important. How about we just go investigate the coffin maker now? This man has had enough interrogation.
You
for
bring
the
up
day.
some good points. Let's
If
go.
you don't mind, I'm going to get back to my work because I've also got to bury some remains from inside the church. And the father is...
Oh, the dust of the vampires we killed.
Yeah, sorry about
He's
that.
very,
I was
very
like,
particular about making sure it's on a particular plot, and there's some ritual he wants to do before.
Yeah, that's very important. You should go do that.
All right, gentlemen, shall we?
Do we get bones?
I thought you got an inside checking on that one for a second. We're going to steal some vampire bones.
Actually, vampire dust might be pretty good. You can snort it.
Okay, skipping over that one.
But
Buddy, I was serious about my bones. So we can do good.
If we have to wait for him to get some bones, then I'm gonna go
well,
around the
give me
graveyard.
a perception check on the or an investigation, whichever you want to do on that one.
18.
Okay.
18 plus.
Doesn't matter whichever one that is, it's still going to be fine. Looking around the graveyard, it's got your standard sort of array of just gravestone plots, but there is also two separate mausoleum style crypts as well.
Do they have sconces?
Yes.
So that's
And that is the logical
your
conclusion of
approach
that fucking joke.
We've taken the sconces to the graveyard.
And we're going to fucking bury them. There's your bones. It's a fucking sconce.
We traded sconces for bones.
Yeah.
I hope it's worth it.
There's a couple of the family crypt style mausoleums within the graveyard.
It's one of them, the Barons. Go and steal from his family. He's clearly evil.
Probably that would have been in Barovia.
Each of the townships had their own.
No, but the Baron for this place. Sorry, I meant the Burgermeister.
Oh,
for
right,
this
yeah, the
place.
Burgermeister's family, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I probably should have chosen another name other than
Yeah, Baron, because it's.
But again, Stroud is a Lord Baron.
Yeah.
This is a
There's a
I
high
reckon-
rank.
Right, the leader for this. Go and steal some from the leader from this place. Is
I can use the guys as assume the guy's evil.
he's clearly evil.
Clearly evil. Anyway, yeah, you see two mausoleums.
Just like the toy maker.
The
Alright,
payoff
so
to that
yeah.
toy maker is it's so good.
I'm at this point. I just want to go just look at the shop, point and nuke.
At the toy maker shop.
Yes, this is what I want to do. I'm not going to.
Even though we have
No,
no,
I'm not
and
going
we-
with this. That's the
we-
same as
you
I
could do that to the coffin maker, and we wouldn't have you would have more justification.
Come on then. You saw what the other set of bones looks like. Let's lost up something looks like that. Skull, thigh bone, yeah.
Oh, he's already wandered off at this point.
Well, then
He's going back to his
Dead
work.
end right now.
Yeah, sorry, I probably should have described it better, but he's like, I'm going to go back to my work now.
Because
Right.
we are
Can
clearly
we say that we got a description of what the bones look like? I want to get similar looking bones. If we show up with a foot,
And
Yeah,
a
that's-
foot off a recently deceased person. We're,
still got a toenail attached.
roll yourself a wisdom check.
Okay.
check. Oh, it's a check.
Plus-
I was saying for it.
Yeah.
That is a check.
Okay. 6.
Yeah.
Okay, wisdom's not one of your stronger ones, is it? It's intellect is your stronger one. Yeah.
We found bones.
These are really bones. I know them from books.
The information that you got from these two here was they were very old bones, hundreds of years old.
All right.
So if you wanted to go and say rob a family crypt, look for one of the older ones.
Yeah, go find the oldest one.
All right.
I feel
But-
less guilty about that as well. If
The older they are.
yeah, if the family was still alive, that would be
Look, this tracks true for the real world as well, because for the longest time, snorting mummy ashes was meant to be a cure for things, to the point where they had to actually start protecting the mummies the remaining mummies in
Museum.
Egypt, not because they're getting stolen by archaeologists, but because they're being stolen by people trying to sell them as medicine.
Yeah, I remember that was a sawbones. I think that was on sawbones.
There was also a thing in ancient Egypt. They would basically immediately steal back the treasure that was put in with the pharaohs. The new pharaoh would just go, all right, yeah, just take that. This is mine now.
Yeah, that makes sense. The idea that they would be buried with all the treasure.
Considering
Like,
the
no,
amount
like
of effort
real-
it goes
real
to
world.
get these treasure.
Yeah, they were buried with all the treasure.
And then the new one took it back.
Well, you would think getting into
Yeah.
because it was to essentially get into the underworld and everything, wasn't it?
It's all the stuff they require.
Once you're in, like you only need like an hour or two for that to happen. So once you're in the underworld, you know, you don't need the treasure anymore.
What's like I think it's a Chinese tradition where they burn money near the money near the grave sites to pass money into the afterlife for their family members. And now because
So I think the spirit of the money.
now they don't just burn real money; they burn fake ghost money.
Because ghosts.
I think the translation's poor, but essentially it means like spirit money or ghost money
Yeah.
that they spend money on to burn.
They still buy it. Okay.
But now someone's making a profit.
Anyway, what are you rolling?
I don't know. What am I wrong?
Well,
What
what's
does
your
bone hunting come under?
what's your approach for going into the mausoleum and so forth?
Do you need someone strong to open a door?
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Like I'm guessing why he was like raided the temple. Before.
I'm trying to
This isn't-
think of what
this isn't his
issue,
first time.
if any, I would have with this.
Well, as you say, so to give you the scene, you've got the two mausoleums. You've got the graveyard. You've got the undertakers going around and just sort of plucking up errant like weeds and bits and pieces. He's basically plodding around the plots, tidying them up.
He's essentially an advanced gardener.
While those guys are doing that, Nala's going to go around and look for like special herbs from the graveyard. Graveyard.
Sure. You can roll me a survival check. What are you guys doing?
Looking for old crypts and
I have absolutely no issue stealing from this baron.
I think grave moss would be a thing that you're chasing.
What's the name of the baron of this place?
I gave you that before. I'd have to find it again.
Yeah, it's a name and a half.
But it, like the family name.
It's like Valokovich or something along those lines. It's Valaki with some more letters
Yeah,
up.
let's see if we can find that crypt.
yeah.
Assuming it isn't in their castle.
We're rolling perception on the two ones that are there.
It's like naming your planet Vegeta.
That is perception.
Mm-hmm.
That is just going to be 10 flat.
10 flat. Neither of the ones here are the name of the Burgermeister family. They are
Does he have
other family
does
names.
he have a castle or something?
He has a mansion that's within the township. It would be reasonable to assume he's probably got his own family crypt on those
Yeah,
places.
that makes sense. He's not
To be
getting
honest-
buried with the riffraff.
It doesn't seem like we're the kind of people who would stealthily swap bones without anyone noticing.
You have about 10 golds worth of grave moss.
Well, we've never really tried.
Oh,
You don't know what
I've got
sort
a
of
herbalism kit.
skills
It's true, I
and
am
resistance
quite a
we have.
stealthy
So it's-
person.
Another +3, so that's 23.
Stealthy has been used in the same sentence as my name.
Yeah, it comes up a lot. There's usually a not in that sentence as well. But, you know, that doesn't...
Yeah, I don't know why anyone would be tying knots in a sentence, but okay, let's go. I guess, or
Meanwhile,
do you
while
want us to-
you're searching around,
you happen to find some bones.
the Undertaker comes up to you and is like, I appreciate the help there. You're cleaning up some of the grave sites. This is...
Oh, it's no trouble. Quite frequently, these what grows on these heads, these tombstones, is usable in potions.
Really?
Yes.
You've just given them a way to make more money.
Yeah, I don't care.
What sort of potions?
Usually not the kind you want to really be ingesting.
And that's how the Undertaker became the local poison maker.
They can.
That's interesting to know. What do you look for? What's the sort of signs for useful things?
I'm gonna make something up that's
Yeah, of course.
complete bullshit. Well, what you really want to look for is the red spots on the little weeds here. So those are the ones that you really want to be looking for. They make people a bit more lethargic than usual.
Oh, aye. Could you use it as some sort of like sleep tonic?
Oh, this got real creepy real fast.
Sure.
This guy
of
has a
course you
secondary story that we don't know about.
can. Who might you want to use?
Meanwhile,
him?
he's
There's
distracted.
there's
If you guys want to start sneaking in.
Yes, sneak. Sure.
You keep a lookout.
Yeah.
Of course, it depends on
And
the
what I
race of
assume
the
is my
person.
very bright armor.
Dragonborn and dwarves tend to be more constituted than your average human would.
Don't get a lot of them around here.
True.
What about regular human? Is this stuff gonna? It's like, if you use this to
getting
help
very weird.
help sleep,
Do you
is it gonna kill them, or is it just gonna let them sleep well
It'll
and stave off the nightmares?
stave off the nightmares?
This place is a horror. I'm burying half a family a year. Don't ask what I do with the other half.
Yeah, that's a very.
I had to do that on.
He's got to feed his family.
He's just got a wide variety of lengths.
This is walking out like, we're eating tonight. Thunk.
Yes, I really want prion diseases.
No, by that he means that half of each of the families die every year. This place is miserable.
Can I do an insight check to see if he's like asking for malicious purposes or for like,
Just legitimately wants to sleep every night.
yeah, 17.
17. He seems to be quizzing you for genuine
Okay, so
purposes. He's looking for some sort of sleep aid to help people. The other group, the other party, obviously the dream pastries. It's the same sort of concept. They're using something to try and get to actually sleep well at night, not just fucking get a couple of hours of fearful night's sleep each night.
well, typically if you want to make, if you
This,
want
this
to,
conversation's got to keep on going in the background
Yeah.
while these guys are trying to stealth in. This is a distraction to give
I'll
them a
I'll leave
chance.
him as a lookout, just sort
Yep.
of keeping an eye out.
Yeah. So you give me a
and-
perception, you give me a stealth.
basically what Nalek's going to do is
No, he's 18.
not explain how the herbs work. He's going to go, well, if you want something that'll help you sleep, I can make something that I can sell to your people for fairly cheap.
You're not going to give up your family secret, your recipe.
And
18 was it?
Yep.
All right. So you managed to get the sidle up to one of the doors and sort of shuffle in because they're sort of part ajar, and sort of shuffle,
This isn't going to be
shuffle
Fort
inside.
Knox. You
No,
know,
no.
this is.
They're meant to be there so people can go and visit their family members. So they're not going to be like locked up apart from like at night to stop those rascally kids from breaking in and smoking weed in there.
Damn weed smoking kids.
And goth kids to have sex. I don't know.
Did actually receive an offer from a goth person once to go and have sex in like what they call the reliquary in the mortuary area.
First of all, I'd been drinking. That was a between us story.
This is before I even met you.
Well, after that,
It was me all along.
this has been all
Everyone you've ever slept with.
this is like mask.
All one of them.
Oh yeah.
Anyway,
It's amazing special effects. You and my wife in the same room at the same time.
but yeah, you sort of sneak inside. It's fairly dark in there, but there's rows of sort of. It's what.
I thought you were going to describe some sort of wall-mounted lighting system. But that was silly.
There's little lit up bones just all along the walls. There's just bones that are lit up.
Down each side there are just it's stone that's been picked because it looks like marble, but it's not actual sort of marble effect. It's effective, but it's on the cheaper side. But it looks decent in here. Few cobwebs still up in the roof, like the Undertaker's been doing his best, but he's getting on in years, so I don't think his efforts have been as good as in the past. But
And he's like 5'2" as well. He's not
Yeah.
much all the way up here. Spotted.
But yeah, every so often there's this little plaque to say like name and the life period.
Yep. Just follow those along and watch the numbers get smaller and smaller.
Yeah, you're basically working down. Basically, when you get towards the very end, there is a larger sort of statue on top of a sarcophagus, and the statue is just sort of this burly looking dude in plate armor holding a sword up that's pointing at right at the point where the little skylight section is on top of the roof, so the light's coming down and hitting the end of the sword. It's all very well done.
Wow, okay.
Is that a stone sword or an actual sword?
Stone sword.
Yeah.
It's all one solid piece of stone. But yeah, underneath is what you could probably assume the patriarch of this family and his sarcophagus. That would be the oldest bones in there.
Alright. You'll do.
Now you gotta get in there.
Sword crowbar.
You probably would have an actual crowbar.
If you got an adventurous kit, you probably got a crowbar.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe have a crowbar.
Didn't even think about that, but yeah.
Do you have a crowbar?
I may have a crowbar.
It just gives you advantage on strength checks when using it. I think a dungeoneering kit has it.
Yeah, I don't think I got the dungeoneering kit. I got like parchment and ink and sand and shit.
The scribes.
Yeah, I got like whatever the scribey one is.
You could whistle out for your friendly neighborhood paladin.
Who happens to have a morning star. Although, if you want it done quietly.
Or in the afternoon. Oh, come on. There's been worse jokes than that.
True. And I've cited them as well.
Yeah, that's fair.
What did I miss?
Not much.
Really.
Yeah, and you won't hear it because I'll let it out of the podcast as well. Meanwhile, these guys decide how they're dealing with this. The Undertaker's sort of understanding that he's not going to get what.
He's not going to be able to actually learn how to
be
make a
able
potion
to,
properly because it requires a lot of technical knowledge.
I'm looking that up now. Do you have a
Yeah, no.
I haven't got a crowbar.
If you provide me with this mouse, I will actually like make these potions for you.
Oh, we could do this, and
Yeah.
you think you could, if I start gathering this for you, because this is just growing.
Yeah. I'd happily make some for you.
That'd be fantastic. And that was like, where will I find you if I need you?
I'll usually be by the inn, but I do have my own traveling cart. We do move around sometimes. Yeah, just leave it with the innkeeper, and yeah, I'll leave the potions with him, and you can collect it from him.
Fantastic.
Sounds like a plan.
With that, I gotta get on my work.
No worries.
Gotta dispose of some remains. The priest has been very vague about the details so far.
Vampires.
Vampires.
We killed them last night.
I'm sure hitting something with enough force
Would destroy everything. Yeah.
What's that?
That is
Just
specifically
sure
what
what
that
every
is.
morning star looked like.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, big spiky club.
Yeah.
And he's like, with that, we'll be in touch. And he wanders around to what's in front of the chapel and heads inside, giving you guys an opportunity to do what you want to do.
Alright, I'm going to take a swing with a dagger and a quarterstaff. Dagger into in between the lid.
Uh-huh.
Pry it up enough to get the quarterstaff in, and then pull that on the far end.
All right, this is going to be some strength checks.
That is some fucking technical thinking, man.
I'm going to need the help because I do not have strength.
Is yours?
Okay. Well, I just hurt myself. That was a 4.
So you walk inside when he calls out for a bit of help, and you basically just see him just sort of like swinging off the quarterstaff. Like,
Yeah, I imagine the
and
quarter
it's
staff
like-
is wedged in there, but he's like
every now and then he like
falling
lifts and then like his feet sort of dangle off the ground a little bit, and then like drop back down again.
We'll walk over, just pull the thing down.
Strength check if you could.
Alright, let's do this. 12 plus 2, 3.
I think you got
3.
I think it's 3.
Yeah, it's 3. It should be 3 because it's 17, yeah?
Yes, it is. So 15.
Okay.
Plus my 4.
It was one of those ones that I loosened it for you. Like with a big sort of grunt, and you see a little bit of dust shift between the crack, and then slowly the top part of the lid just sort of shifts slightly,
Hey, it's what we're after.
and then just this waft of like very, very musty, old, dry air sort of comes up and sort of hits you in the face.
Oh, that smells good.
Does it though?
That smells like home.
So we're vampire hunters.
What,
and
what is your
dragons.
home?
Don't worry about it.
Looking inside, peering inside, you see these old, sort of dusty bones laid out. You can see where both the hands were up against the chest, and along the length of the body, there's this long sword.
Oh, cool. Does it look like a nice sword?
Investigation.
That is 19 plus
19?
a whole bunch.
Considering its age, and it has been a good couple of 100 years, going by the dates on the plaque, it's looking in pretty good condition. Like it's
Suspiciously good condition.
it's tarnished slightly. Tarnished is the right word? I think
Yeah, that's
tarnished.
the right word.
But it's still got a good sheen. You know, like some areas have still got a good sheen to it. Some little areas have got a little bit of corrosion to it, but other than that, it's good quality. And embedded in the hilt, there's a couple of coloured stones.
You had me at embedded in the hilt.
Yeah.
That one's coming with me.
How big of a sword is it?
It's a long sword.
Okay.
I'm trying to think if I have an issue with this grave robbing.
what are the tenets of your oath?
Nothing really about the protection.
It's conquest, so-
Yeah.
conquering and ruling is his whole shtick.
Yeah, because there's Oath of Conquest and Oath of the Crown, and yours is Oath of Conquest, which is, I don't really give a fuck about the law.
So it's a masterwork sword rather than a magical one, probably.
Looking at it, the good chance it's silvered. If it's not completely silver, it is silvered.
Ooh, okay.
But yeah,
I don't have a silvered weapon.
I
Yeah.
don't think any of us do.
No, we haven't got around to that yet.
No.
We got fucking everything silvered last time.
yeah, you did the whole dunk everything in silver, and then
We're gonna go find those people again. That was great.
They're outside.
Free silvering. Oh, damn it. Yeah,
it wasn't really free. You had to kill and happen to be have the wherewithal to take the pelts of werewolves.
yeah, we killed them anyway, and then this one had the damn good idea to
Yeah, take their claws.
yeah.
No, yeah, like that. There's take proof of a kill, take reagents where you can, which is why I got sleep potions now.
But yeah,
Like,
All right, I'll
how
gather
are
up
you
a,
scarpering off with your ill-gotten goods?
How hard is it to push the thing back?
you got a spell for
It'll be
that,
another-
don't you?
What?
Scarpering. Not like literally.
9.
Pretty difficult.
Yeah. Well, it should
Plus my
actually be
4.
easy 'cause it's just pushing it back,
Just
isn't
put
it?
you back in place.
Yeah. It should
It's
be-
going to take you a bit.
Yeah.
You're making a lot of noise in the process.
Yeah.
What's your plan?
Man, I'm surprised I got this far.
That's what I said. I think I said to the other group is every now and then you got to let a plan work.
It's just to keep the hope alive.
Yeah. If every plan I just shit on in the first two rounds of combat, then what's the fucking point? Everyone's just going to go, well, what's
Yeah,
the
hey,
point?
we
of
totally blitzed that vampire plan.
We
You
did.
did. That-
We did.
That was
And now
a
this
good
grave
idea
rob-
and good execution.
Now this grave robbing plan is just going peaches.
Yeah. All right. Well, we go. I guess. I mean, is there anyone around, or well, maybe you should check that. Either you or my horse, because
Where is your horse?
probably back at the inn. I assume. Well,
Keeping
unless-
lookout.
yeah.
Of these oats.
I'll stick a head out.
My point is, what are you carrying? A
Oh.
skeleton worth of bones in. Or 200 and whatever number of bones it is. 200.
I thought you would
236?
Didn't we only need a couple?
Got a sack full of bones.
I assumed we only got a couple.
Well, I mean, I definitely got a sack. I mean, I was being quite serious that I'm
Actually,
sure.
no, I should clap like how Sting claps.
Why? Why Sting in particular? Or is it
That's
just
how he
that-
claps.
Is it just because it's funny, a funny way of clapping, or
Yes.
is it the reason why you're referencing Sting in this situation?
No, just
Okay,
it's,
cool.
it's a fucking
I
retarded.
thought I was missing a joke.
No, he just claps really fucking weirdly.
I don't think I've ever seen Sting clap.
I'll have to
Yeah, we're gonna have to look. We have to look this up.
Okay.
Should we pause for a minute? This probably isn't.
Yeah, well, I just wander out and walk off.
I think between us we can split some. Do you want to split a bag of bones with?
How? Like, I still don't see why we're taking more than a few. Like, realistically, weren't we told there was only a few bones?
I don't think you were told at any point what the quantity of bones in there, just that the remains were down there.
Fair enough. All right.
As many bones as I can carry.
Yeah.
As many bones as I can carry.
So you're basically putting a sack of bones over your shoulder, or you just all right, because I think you had like a Hessian sack in your collection, if I remember right. All right.
all of the major bones.
Yep.
Like the really iconic looking bones, you know. You don't
a
need like
skull, a few ribs.
yeah, rib
pelvis or
skull,
something.
yeah,
pelvis,
yeah,
yeah.
there's some spine in there. You don't need like every bone in the ankle. I mean, that's just the good like iconic bones.
Get a good collection of metacarpals and metatarsals.
Oh, okay.
It's literally about the limit of my knowledge of bones. Okay. Roll me a stealth if you're going to try and sneak out with this. With disadvantage because you have a bag full of rattling bones.
And a very loud paladin behind you.
Oh, and Foley works for the bones.
His bones sound like plastic on plastic.
Thinking about it, I'm going to cast Minor Illusion.
Yeah.
And
And make the illusion of
Not a bag of bones.
Not
not a bag of bones.
Some flowers. You're holding a full bouquet of flowers.
Does that wipe off the disadvantage?
what are you casting?
Minor Illusion,
To-
and it is going to be
Just look like you, sans bag of bones.
it's essentially me sans.
But it doesn't get rid of sound, though, does it?
Does not get rid of sound.
So maybe
also doesn't get rid of
maybe
the sword.
give the illusion of something that rattles.
No, I'm just going to be singing very loud.
Okay.
Could just have minor illusion
I
be
am-
singing very loudly.
Henry VIII, I am. Henry VIII, I am.
No, let's get the fuck out of Dodge.
That really doesn't matter. None of any of that mattered in the end. That was a 2.
That was a 2.
Yeah,
You
so
did not
4
try hard.
Okay. So the singing and everything definitely draws some attention as choices.
Do you want me to assist in the stealth roll?
And at this point, no.
Yeah, I think that ship has sailed.
I can be very
and
stealthy.
not a lot of people come singing out of a graveyard.
I'm an eccentric person. Is that a crime? Really? Is
Apparently
any of this
this
a
guy.
crime? Is grave robbery a crime? No, you don't. I hear it. Yeah, that is.
That's saying it out loud, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does sound like one of those crime things.
I think it might be a crime.
I think I just committed a crime.
But yeah, you get outside of the bounds of the graveyard, heading. I'm assuming you're heading towards the coffin maker's abode at this point, and
Just go through the entire town singing about Henry VIII.
yeah, you're basically getting
Still not the weirdest thing in town either. Not by a long shot.
you get a couple of strange looks, and then you have a couple of other people that's like, yeah, and you have a couple of people that are sort of joining in behind, it's like clapping along, like. And a couple of other people are joining in the. Basically, you're getting a small entourage or impromptu parade of people that are.
I
sort
join
of,
in.
Okay.
If the
I
crowd's
join
getting
too.
that big, Narlak's getting the fuck out of there.
I start
What
singing.
is with this town?
I start singing as well.
The drop of a hat, you people will fucking parade.
And every now and then, whenever the verse or chorus of the song sort of like drops, and there's like a small like breach of silence, and a couple of people yell out. It's just like a chant all together. Is like, "All will be well," and then back into the next verse.
Second verse, same as the first. I'm Henry VIII, I am.
Yeah, so you now have a marching band of people following you through to the town as you're heading through.
Okay, I feel like we have to do something beautiful with this. This isn't something that comes
This is
up very
what
often.
happens when you roll a 2 on your stealth check and describe what you're doing beforehand.
The opposite of stealth is you unintentionally start a marching band.
Let's just go straight to the funeral, the coffin maker. Like, let's just walk straight into his shop.
Lean into it?
Yeah,
All
like
right.
with this crowd of people behind us. See what happens.
I need you to bury these. I made some mistakes. Okay. Lead the way. What's your plan?
Well,
You can head straight to the coffin makers?
this is like tap dancing down a rock slide. Like there isn't any getting out of this. It's just you can maybe lead it somewhere.
Okay.
And the
Well,
only-
you're currently the parade leader, parade marshal. Yeah, okay. What are you doing with
headed to the coffin maker.
it? Sorry?
Headed to the coffin maker.
I'm glad Noel's not there.
Yeah, I want to see what the crowd of people would do once they realise we're walking into a coffin maker.
You pass through the center of the town square, and you see sort of Izek is just sort of looking at you, you leading this parade through, and it's just like,
Oh, let's form let's get these people to revolt. Like to rebel and revolt against.
he's going to go from a
Baron.
happy parade to a lynch mob.
Yeah, let's
Okay.
get them to revolt against the Baron.
But Izek is sort of like looking at this parade going past with his head sort of cocked on the side, just watching you, especially at the front, who I think you were with these guys when the gross-off handshake happened.
No, that was just the two of them.
Yeah, it was just
Just
me
the
and
two
my
of them. But he's just like looking at you going past, and he's just like scratching his head with his right hand, just like, what the fuck is going on?
I have quite high
Henry VIII. We are.
I have quite high charisma, so my performance is quite good.
And he just sort of starts following you sort of looking back over down this line, and you've probably got about a dozen people behind you at this point. And he's just sort of like following maybe a good another 10 feet behind, just like walking along, just watching what's going on.
What's the gender makeup of the crowd?
Roughly even split, maybe a couple more in the male column.
How, like, is this guy odd looking, or is it just his arm who's odd?
Just his arm, and for the most part, he's usually got it tucked inside his cloak.
Okay.
And it's
I
his
say to him,
left arm,
you
right?
one-armed man, why aren't you joining in with the rest of everybody?
You recognise him from around the place as well, and he's usually the ones sort of going around giving orders and running the orders from the Baron out to the people. But like,
We should challenge him for supremacy.
what's going on?
The guard.
Everyone's happy. Why aren't you?
All will be well.
All will be well.
Where's he leading them?
That way.
Sting claps, super weird.
You guys will be watching.
I sent the video in chat. Yeah, it's like an 11-second video.
And he's just he takes like a couple of sort of like hurried steps to sort of just join in the end of the group, but he's still sort of another 5 or 10 feet, about 5 or so feet behind like the last person. He's not sort of in the group, but he's closer to the back of the group than he was before.
Yeah, it's probably going to get harder to get them to revolt against the Baron with that grey hair.
You just told him to get in there.
He's not exactly known for forethought.
True.
I have no idea what I'm doing here. This was not a well thought out plan.
I say very loudly to you.
This is not a plan.
You know
This is
that
a plan. This is a thing that's happening.
you know that bit where I was just saying before, where it's like every now and then you got to let a plan work. This is the opposite of that.
I go over to you like still, and I say to you very loudly, so only you can hear. Is this usual behaviour for people going to a coffin maker?
Depends on who the person was that died.
Okay, like what do people like? I assume
The
everyone.
sort of the next 2 rows of people behind you, because it's about like every row is basically 2 or 3 people. It's about 6 to 8 rows deep at this point. So yeah, you've got about 2 dozen people, including Izek and yourselves. The first couple of rows is like sort of stop mid bar, and the one guy's is still sort of in there. He's like clap, and you hit. And there's just one whispering the other. Did he say you were going to the coffin makers?
Yeah, I'm not big on human traditions, but coffin makers don't seem like the very jovial type of place to be going to singing. But this is what humans do, sure. And then I continue, and then like,
and then the other one sort of whispers back, is like, "Why are we following him?" And then the one back here is like, "You wanna go?" Yeah, that's.
It got pretty weird.
And you sort of just see the road directly behind you too. Just those ones sort of like they haven't stopped going forwards. They slowed down a little bit and just let the next couple of rows sort of get in front of them, and then just sort of disappeared down an alley each and just sort of peel off, and just slowly you sort of see parts of the parade sort of get as soon as that first row starts going, it's like being at a party where everyone wants to go, but it's no one wants to be the first one. As soon as that first person goes, everyone's like, cool, I'm out.
See, I gave you an out.
But yeah, essentially most of the crowd disperses, sort of leaving you, 3 including Rin, and Izek.
I can imagine Rin was just playing his recorder the entire time.
Yeah, that works.
I say to Izek because I would know that he's like the town marshal or whatever.
And he's just sort of sitting there, like arms crossed, and you can see the left arm sort of still tucked under the cloak while he's crossed. It's like, what are you lot doing?
You have a very jovial town, sir. You should be very happy about that.
It's jovial when I say it's going to be jovial. What are you lot getting in? What are you lot getting into?
What are you?
I don't know why that's going to go. I like it that I've gone with an accent. I don't know why I chose this one.
That's a good
What are you implying, sir?
I'm just intrigued what you lot are coming in, and you're not there at the time, are you?
No.
So
probably Dave's like in the air observing, but
Okay.
otherwise I'm out of there.
like, a lot of strange lots come around these parts at the moment.
We're very normal people. People keep saying we're strange, but I just see normal people.
And then starting impromptu parades through the town.
This is a festive place, is it not? We must say that we have never felt the need to sing and dance in the streets until we've come to this wonderful burg and its infectious spirit of frivolity.
Why you got your hands up like that? At your shoulder?
Why do you have your hand up like that at your?
Like this.
I got an itch.
And he's sort of like trying to peer around your back to see if you got anything on there. He's like, turn around.
You turn around.
I won't be able to see what you got behind your back if you do that.
Turns around.
Partially or fully or doing a quick spin.
Gives him a bit of shoulder.
Like slowly, so as not to jingle the bone.
Uh-huh.
We're right in the middle of town, aren't we?
Like
You've gone past the town square because he joined you in the middle of the town square. You're probably 2/3 away across town. You're only a couple of blocks away from where the coffin makers should be.
Are there any guards nearby?
Roll perception.
Ooh, 14.
14. Not that you can see,
Except for him.
except for him.
And what weapons does he have on him? Or obvious weapons?
Obvious weapons. You can sort of see underneath his cloak. You can see the lines where a couple of swords are hanging off his belt. So roll performance for turning around slowly, but in a way that looks somewhat natural.
that is a 17, and I think that's probably just a 17.
Probably. So you sort of slowly turn around and then keep on turning until you face him again, and manage to not jangle the bones. He's like, all right.
Everything will be okay.
All will be well.
That too. All will be well.
You're a very odd man.
You're a really odd dragon.
Thank you.
We should hang out more. I feel like we don't spend enough time together.
I can't got my eyes on you lot.
He's definitely flirting with you.
I think he's into you.
Stay out of trouble, right?
We've never been in trouble.
I feel that's probably going to change. You've got a gut feel about you lot. How can I so stuck with his accent now?
Oh, that's good. That's good.
I rolled a 19 on insight. Oh wait, what do I get? I think is it -1 for me? On insight. Insight is +2, so 20 on insight.
Inside.
Is he threatening me?
Fuck yeah, he's threatening you.
I
The
don't
town
take-
guard guy saying that he's going to be looking, basically waiting for you guys to trip up. Yeah, that's a threat and a promise.
Okay. I say to him, I would please for you to not threaten me, and have a good day. All will be well, or whatever you people say.
All will be well. Keep your nose clean.
My nose is always clean. That's where I breathe through.
I thought you were going to. I lick it every morning.
Well, because I'm a dragon, so like I'm just going based off like my little image I've got there. Like essentially, my nose is most of my face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the actual nostrils will be the
Yeah.
yeah. And yeah, so you guys continue on, and he's just sort of sitting there, sort of cross-armed, as you guys head down the
He was
back down the
moments
path.
away from death. I really wanted to kill his egg. I think we still shall at some
I think
point.
random murder in the streets is not a way to ingratiate yourself into a township.
Especially if it's the captain of the guard.
Well, no, but it would be a good first step in taking out the Baron.
Seeing that the crowd is majorly dispersed, Nala's going to head back to the group.
Yep. So you make it towards the group, and you guys make it to the area where the coffin maker's shop was.
Because this guy's
Suggested.
getting my conquest itch. Like, really,
Your conquest itch.
yeah. I need to conquer this town
I
soon.
feel like that's probably got some sort of powder. Some sort of topical cream.
Well, yeah, I guess we continue on to the...
Yeah.
Conquest Vine.
Sorry?
Conquest Vine.
I
Like
was
I
waiting
think
for
it's
Tristan
called
to leave. Okay.
tennis elbow.
The the coffin maker's shop. It's an uninviting shop, 2 stories tall, and has a sign shaped like a coffin above the front door.
Stylish.
Yeah, I guess we'll go with what you know. All the window shutters are closed up tight, and there's a deathly silence surrounding the establishment.
Clearly something nefarious going on. Is the door locked or anything? Or?
Dave is going to fly up
Yeah.
and have a scan of the second floor.
I just walk in the front door.
You go up to the front door and go to open it, and it sort of rattles against.
No, I don't think you understand. I just go through the front door.
And I'll just give you the day description up top. Up top, the second level has got the same sort of deal going on. The windows are shuttered closed, and there doesn't seem to be any noticeable sound from within.
Okay.
So you're basically there's like rattle, 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 and from inside,
I open the door.
give me a second. You just hear a voice shout out, it's like, "We're closed, go away!" And then you open the door. What was your roll?
16 in total.
16 in total for strength.
It's urgent, sir.
And it just yells out again. It's like, "Go away! Leave me alone!" When you sort of rattle it with strength there, you heard the sound of like timber barring on the far side really strain and start to creak and crack under the pressure.
I kick it.
All right. Give me another strength check with advantage this time around.
21.
21. All right. The door, the timbers behind the bar and the door behind it sort of shatter inwards, and the door flies open, and you see this older gent looking like that.
Yep. Oh, was this still inside of Izek or whatever his name is?
Sorry. No,
Okay.
Izek wandered off.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so you see this guy here is basically like with a look of shock on there as the doors sort of exploded inwards. Like, "What the hell do you want? I said we're closed."
Is he the only one in the room?
Perception.
No, it's going to head in as well.
16.
16. You don't see anyone else in the room.
Are you... What was his name?
The full name was Henrik
I'm basically doing to him what I did to the...
Henrik van der Voot.
the
So yeah,
grave
he's
digger.
the coffin maker, and that's his. Yeah,
Yeah.
right, cool.
I walk over to him,
Okay.
pick him up
Got to
against the wall.
Got to the coffin maker's shop. He checked the door once and then kicked it in.
All right, rock and roll.
Yeah, I walk
We're gonna
over
get
to
some
him.
combat in.
I walk over to him,
There's a
and
guy
basically, lift him up against the wall and say, "Where are the bones?"
Roll in. Actually, don't bother rolling.
Or roll initiative.
No. Yeah. A sort of look of terror as you sort of lift him off his feet. It's like, upstairs. The wardrobe upstairs.
Narloke heads up.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay down here with like him against the wall and just be like, "Yeah, you guys go and get the bones."
He's also going to open every window that he can find upstairs. I want Dave to be able to.
And short sheet the bed.
Is there anything else in here that we need to worry
Dave
about?
will do that.
Did you just send my friends into a trap or something?
So the room that you busted into is essentially the coffin storage room downstairs. So there is a bunch of haphazardly arranged coffins around the floor. They're ones that have been produced recently, not used. There are 13 of them all up. So heading upstairs.
Is there? Yeah, I start yelling at him. Is there anything else here that we need to worry about? Are you in league with vampires? Are you a vampire?
What do you know about the toy maker?
Yeah. What are you and the toy maker up to?
How did you know about the vampires?
I yell out, "Guys, there's probably vampires."
They didn't come back
Come back from where?
last night.
How many of them were there?
4.
Yeah, we may have had something to do with that. What did they want with the bones?
I don't know.
What are you
They
getting
told-
out of this?
I get to keep my life.
Doesn't really seem worth it, does it? Let's
You're down
go
there with
upstairs.
I didn't go upstairs. I haven't done anything.
No,
I was peeing.
I'm asking if you're downstairs with him, because I'm upstairs now.
Yeah, probably wouldn't have gone upstairs.
Fair enough.
We'll see how that checks out.
Okay, you head upstairs. At the top of the stairs, you have a door to the left and a door to the right. Which would you like to take?
There's frozen snow cones.
Can I just open both?
You can, yeah.
Yeah.
You open up. The one to the left opens up into a little makeshift kitchen. This is obviously the living quarters that the coffin maker lives in upstairs. And the one to the right opens up into a larger drafty room. There's cobwebs and dust, stacks of wooden planks that are there to be, probably assembly stuff for coffins. A couple of crates just marked with junk written on the side.
He said that it was in a cupboard, didn't he?
Sorry?
He said it was in a cupboard?
A wardrobe.
Wardrobe. Alright, cool. Looking for any wardrobes, opening a window so Dave can get in, and we're both searching for wardrobes.
And the sun.
When you go into opening up the window, you open up a window in the kitchen area, and there's another door on the far side. Dave sort of flies in. Opening up the next door opens up into a bedroom.
Cool. I'm going to check to see if there's anybody in the bedroom.
Perception for that first. Yeah. Okay, so looking around the room, you see a modest bed chamber with a basic cot bed, a couple of better made pieces of furniture, a table, a padded chair, a bookshelf, and a wardrobe.
I go open the wardrobe. And Dave opens if there's any windows in the bedroom, then Dave opens
There
it.
is 2.
Oh, excellent.
Okay, open up the wardrobe. What's your base perception? Your passive?
My passive is 11, Dave's is 14.
Okay, roll me perception, please.
Ah, cool. 13.
Total.
Yes.
And Dave's.
Oh, Dave's, yep. Worse,
Worse.
actually. No, the same.
The same.
Mm.
Yeah. Inside the wardrobe, there are a couple of changes of clothes hanging up. There is a pair of shoes, aside from the ones that the guy's wearing downstairs, and that's about all you find in there.
I just start taking all the clothes out.
Alright, roll investigation as you're sort of ripping everything apart.
Gonna try and not use that because it's.
Alright, so you pull these few chains of the clothes out and launch them across the room, and then the shoes bouncing across the room, and then there's nothing else you can see inside.
Alright. I head downstairs. Yeah.
So you gave a man look.
Pretty much. I gave it a boy look, yeah. Gonna head downstairs, go straight up to the guy.
Yep.
I'm gonna cast a spell on him.
Okay.
Yep. I am going to cast Suggestion.
Okay.
He's probably already quite suggestible.
I don't care.
He just wants to do something at this point.
Yeah, I want to do something that's actually going to work. So DC 15.
Just something you don't have to roll on.
I'm pretty sure that doesn't pass.
Excellent.
Okay, what's the suggestion?
So, show me where the bones are.
Oh, it is like. Okay.
I let him down.
I was about to say, he starts trying to get friction on the ground, and he heads upstairs, in through the kitchen, into the bedroom, and then walks up to the wardrobe, and just at the bottom there's a crack in the like a little seam along the bottom there, just puts his fingernails in, lifts open the two parts of this hidden compartment that both you and Dave failed to notice.
Son of a bitch!
And inside there is just these two sacks, just like Hessian sacks. Yeah.
Give him the sack in return.
No, I want all the bones.
Yeah, actually, fair enough. Yeah. I look at him and say, "Stop working with vampires," and then wander off.
Was there anything else to this plan, or were you just getting the bones so that the vampires could attack the church? Where were the bones going?
I have no idea. I just got told to get them.
You got told to get them, and you hid them, and you had no further plans. All right. Stop working with vampires.
It's not really working with. It's just saving my life.
Saving my life, feeding my family.
I'm gonna go through the Hessian sacks and make sure that there's actually bones in them.
Yeah. There is mostly complete skeleton across those two bags.
Do I get a holy feeling off them?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't need to do any of your casting or anything like that. You just get this radiant sense of them. They're full of the juice.
Yeah.
That holy juice.
Can I, Can
I had really bad mouth. That was bad.
Can I steal a couple of the bones?
I would probably have an issue with this.
You didn't have any issues with those ones.
Yeah, I think we pushed that as far as it's gonna go.
These are holy.
Hey, I need rent money.
I assume you're doing this out of my sight, or
Probably, yeah.
yeah, okay.
Or at least trying to get Dave to talk to you for a bit.
You can try it.
Yeah. Okay.
Sleight of hand.
Good, I'm proficient in that.
It's good. I notice everything though. So
I want to roll some perception.
yeah,
17.
because ooh, holy shit! 18 minus 1, so 17.
Shit.
Wait, is that minus 1 or minus 2?
That's going to be important at this point.
I think it's +2, isn't it? Or is that your investigation?
No, it's my investigation. Come on, there we go. Wait, no perception and investigation -1.
Okay.
It's my insight that's +2.
Okay.
I forget what goes in the case of a tie, especially this section.
I don't actually remember. I think it's... Well, it usually goes to whoever the aggressor is. But who's the aggressor in this situation?
It does also,
and also
sometimes go to someone who has the more stats than the other.
I'm gonna go against you on this one here because I don't want you to steal Saint Bones.
Damn it!
Which is a really
But it's not going to be a big
penalty.
penalty. It's going to be it's less of a case of he catches you and tells you off. It's more of a case of you go get your hand in the cookie jar, then see he's watching you, and then think the better of it. That's probably the way I'm going to roll that one.
Yeah. Pretend I'm looking at the bones, look at him, go,
Yeah.
Yeah, bones, definitely. Yeah.
These are bones.
Yeah, we got real bones here.
These here are some good bones. Healthy bones.
Tasty bones.
All right, what's your plan with this guy?
We will bring him to the. Oh, shall we bring him to the sheriff of the town?
Oh, I mean, we can give that a go.
Maybe
I'm really not convinced.
Should we go
anyone in
back to the
charge here is-
church first to get the? I was about to say church, I can't think of it. The priest. Yeah.
Oh, well,
Um,
we can send Rin to do that.
It would probably be better coming from a leader in the town rather than just us walking up and going, "This guy's guilty of this thing."
Very true. All right, let's.
Suggestion only work for one thing and then done.
Yeah, it only works for one thing. I could have said, give us the bones and go turn yourself in, but I just went with give us the fucking bones.
Yeah.
You're coming with us, and why did you tell the vampires about bones?
They knew there was something blocking them, and then that kid found out. There was found out about a story about them.
But why did you tell them about the bones?
They get in here and they get in here somehow, and they.
Why you?
I have no idea.
Well, anyway, you're coming with us.
That's probably fair.
I hope you can walk in sunlight. Actually, I don't really care. Come on, let's go.
Oh yeah, the windows would have been open, so if he's getting burned by anything,
He's not in there.
yeah, cool.
Except like glare as he walks out initially and be like, ugh.
He's been inside for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, you sort of march him outside, get partway down back towards the.
I like have him by the like scruff of his neck kind of thing.
Oh.
I allow him to walk, but like, yeah.
You get partway along, and Izek sort of steps out from one of the things. He's like, "What are you lot doing now?"
We're bringing this man to you.
This man stole something from the church. We're just gonna be right back with the. What was his name? Father?
Father Petrovic.
Yeah, with Father Petrovic to confirm our story, and we'll be back.
Henrik, what are these lot talking about? What have you done? And Henrik's like, "You tell the truth, boss."
He stole them bones.
And Izek's like, "Give it to me."
I like
Physically.
yeah, physically gift him.
I've done that before. It's fun.
And Izek's talking, is like, "You're not going to give me any trouble, are you?" But it's not drop the accent all of a sudden. "You're not giving me any trouble, are you?" He's like, Nah. And he's like, "All right, put your hands behind your back." And he's just like, Henrik puts his two hands behind his back, and Izek produces like this just leather strap, just like ties his wrist together behind his back, and just starts to lead him off towards to the northern part of town. And like,
Should we go with him or?
"You lot, think you gotta get those things back?" And he's looking at the two bags. "I think you're carrying them." Did you say? He's like, "I think you gotta get them back to get whatever that is back to the church, right?"
Yeah.
Off you go then.
We'll be off, and then we'll come back and see you at your
I
office. So
I don't care.
fair enough.
Never mind.
We'll be seeing him later. It's all good.
I know. I've no
And he's
doubt.
already sort of like pushing Henrik forward, just sort of holding onto the strap behind his wrists. And yeah, do you want to start another parade?
We solved your bone puzzle. Nope, never mind.
But
Take that one right back.
But what did the toy maker do?
He was the bones. He was the bones all along.
Blinsky is St. Andrew. Just reincarnated, or as a ghost.
Well, we're going back to the church to tell the guy anyway. We'll pick up what's her name and we'll go and talk to the toy maker.
About what now?
The fact that he has that doll of her.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that detail.
Also, he's just a creepy toy maker. Why do you keep insisting there needs to be more
He's
of
a
a
creepy
reason than
toy
that?
maker with a magical macaque.
Magical.
Nobody has a macaque in Barovia if it's not made of magic.
Well, that's fair. Okay. Making your way back across town. You've basically done like this circuit back and forth through town a few times over the last day.
Because it's what I think humans do now, I like start like dancing and singing as we go through town.
But probably
You've
humming
seen
Henry
the
VIII
Roman
because it gets stuck in
Society.
your head. That's all.
I was just joking. Yeah. Alright, yeah, let's just go, yeah. Go back to the guy and say, "We found the bones." Basically, just dump a bag of bones in front of him.
I do not dump a bag of bones, especially not holy relic bones. I give them to him.
Who took them?
It was the coffin maker.
That seems a bit of an ass-about way of doing things.
He was in league with the
You have a very wonderful sense of humor, sir.
he was in league with the vampires who attacked here.
Apparently they were staying at his house.
Who lets them in?
I don't know.
I guess it's only part of the building is really his residence. The rest of it's just a shop, and that's public.
It's
Vampire rules. Jotting that one down.
Did we know that one or not?
I think it came up in your lore, in the folklore section, but you couldn't confirm whether it was true or not.
Cool.
yeah, they can't pass the threshold unless they're invited.
Does that include tiny huts or?
Oh, good question.
Well, with that tiny hut, nobody can enter unless it's you designate them.
So everyone's a vampire when it comes to that.
But you guys have done so much for us.
Not a problem.
It's okay. We're going to do more. We're going to deal with your Baron. He's clearly evil.
You talking about Strahd or
Both.
Valkovich?
First one, then the other.
Yes, first one, then the other. They're clearly in league with each other. They're both barons.
And then on our mission list, we're going to change the definition of scarecrow.
God, nice callback. Like 2 episodes ago.
We are also going to borrow that woman over there and inquire about why there are dolls made of her.
As we need to borrow Irina. The toy maker of the town is a quite suspicious man at this point in time.
That's what I just said.
Blinsky?
Yes, he's made an effigy of her, as it were. Basically, her and a couple other people, and she said she had no idea that he was making such a thing, so we'd prefer to have a chat.
Oh, she's her own woman. You can.
Oh, she's agreed that it's very unusual, so we're going to go speak to her now.
She's been ephegized without consent.
But Blinsky's a stand-up toy maker. He's been
From
in
what
this country for years.
From what I heard, he's not very stand-up.
What have you actually heard?
More pre-written, unfunny jokes.
That's most stand-up, realistically.
Oh shit! Well done. Oh dear. With that, I think we'll probably call it a night.
Yeah, well, I just got
finish on.
champagne, so
We'll finish that
Yeah,
on
that's-
that cheerful note. Thanks for listening to Sunday Sessions. You can find us on SoundCloud at Isolated City Gaming. You can find us on Instagram under Isolated City Gaming. You can also email us at isolatedcitygaming@gmail.com.